We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 3. Friday Night Saltwater Shindig. We live. 17 seconds. For those of you who are watching the replay, hope you guys had a all right. We are live again. We got audio. Oh my God, it's like cooking. We'll figure that out. All right, what up, two people watching? Like I was saying before my microphone rudely interrupted me. If you were watching the replay and the couple that are live with me, hope you guys had a good Christmas, good New Year's. I had a pretty good one up until yesterday. Christmas was good. Was in Florida. David Silva, what up? Travis, what's up, man? Here. Boom. Click it. Matt Lemming, what's up, buddy? Drama D, how are you? Just talking about my Christmas. Was good with that guy right there, Matt Lemming. Had a little sleepover with the little ladies. It was cool. We had fun. Glad I got to see you again, Matt, twice. Trying to figure out like a good lighting for my tank. It's tough. I think right now is like, I don't even know which blue is blue. It's like one of the deep blues up just a little bit, everything else off. I think I have my thing on, my filter. T Bodie. I think I should probably minimize. No, I don't want to minimize it. Sorry, guys. Let me go here real quick. I hate when you like look up anything. What the fuck? I hate when you look up anything on Zillow and now it sends you emails. Is it fishahex@gmail.com? Check your junk or spam or whatever it is. Yes. Drama. By schedule, I don't know if you mean like a videoing schedule. But right now I'm using Jay's from Jay's Reef. Actually, no, I switched. I was doing some research, and this is basically the AI version of the AB Plus. Not this, but yeah, on the day-to-day for sure. It's like as close. Somebody said they tried to mimic it as best they could. What's happening? I think we just had someone join, but then left real quick. But yeah, John, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but if that's pretty cool. If someone can make like here's a good lighting schedule or video or record or whatever you want to do. It'd be a good idea because I don't really know. This is like a third or fourth stream that I've had my tank on it, and like I said, this time I just turned everything off except some little bit of blues. You can get a little bit of color anyway. Oh, somebody's running downstairs. You're about to see somebody walk by, I think. Oh, maybe they walked around. Wow. I don't know. John, I still don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, Drama D, yeah, man, when them goblins on fire grow out, I want one. Pay for it. I was gonna check to make sure my headset's on. Yeah, there's 5 different light presets. There's 5 or 6 different light presets you can download off AI's website. Cool. I'll have to check them out. It's a good idea. It's a very good idea. It shouldn't be loading, Travis. It should just be like a click. What do you want your name to be? Do you want to add audio, video? Yes. Join. And then I just got to click it. They are sonic flares. Well, I don't know. The ones in the back left corner, it's like turquoise and orange. I've always had my eyes on those. Either way, I like those. Those are sweet. Five in here. I was a little late. I couldn't figure out how to connect my headset back. Then I realized, took me a little while to realize too, but I realized my phone upstairs was Bluetooth to this, so I can hear myself through the computer microphone into here, but from the phone up there, basically, if that makes any sense. So, some pretty cool stuff going on in my fish tank. I finally got around to emptying. Had a big 20-gallon brute container just because I wanted to make sure that the 6 days I was in Florida, those 6 days I could make sure I had enough water for top off anyway. So I filled up a big one. It kind of sucks. I didn't even realize. I don't remember how I did it last time because I didn't have this problem last time. But it kept back siphoning. So it's like the water level had to be lower, just, I guess eye level with the overflow. I'll ask Travis. What up, Travis?
Can you hear me now?
Sure can.
All right, let me post this on my channel so we can actually get some people in here.
Yeah, man. That'd be cool. Yeah, I've been going through some Apex crap last night and today. If you can see.
All right, I just posted it. We'll see what's up.
Cool. Right side of my tank, if anybody sees that, that is a heater hanging in there. Such a pain. I don't feel like pulling the heaters out myself. So basically, the other day, I was trying to explain. I end up when I go to Florida, I went for 6 days, and I had a 20-gallon brute. What up, Click Clack? Lynn, how are you? Bronx, Chimp, what's up, guys? I had a 20-gallon brute just to make sure I had enough water. And Jay Carey, what's up? And when I came back, it took me a couple of days. I just filled that up with like once, not filled it up, threw like a few gallons in it. Anyway, yesterday I didn't even think about it. My one circuit is in the dining room, and I plug in just a small pump to pump it into ATO reservoir instead of like trying to pour stuff in. And it blew my breaker, popped it anyway. And so I'm like, what the fuck? I go downstairs, not a big deal. It's happened before. So I go to, reset the breaker, turn it back on. And then for whatever reason, every time I tried turning my Apex on, it would start up. Then there'd be a click, like you can hear the click when something happens in your Apex. And then it would just start flashing my EB832 orange, just orange flash. And I looked it up, and it basically says it's in bootloading mode or something like that. And it's trying to connect with your base unit. You there, Travis? Well, maybe you're not.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just pissing around trying to make an account.
For what?
Because it was like taking everybody's comments and turning them off. I couldn't see anything. So.
Anyway. Yeah, this is super easy, dude. Super easy. I think I paid $15. It's 25. What is it? It might be $25 a month, but I enjoy it, so I'll chalk that up to my enjoyment.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the layout here. I'm trying to see how many people are in stream and stuff like that. I can't see. I can only see the live comments now. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what your end looks like. Well, I guess I never really looked at it on mine on the phone. Mine's pretty cool though. Comments on the side, you got banners and stuff. If you do decide, I don't know if you plan to like live stream at all, but use my link. It'll give me like 1 free month, and it'll give you $10 off your first purchase.
What do you just pay per month, or is it just a annual?
Yeah, it's a one. I mean, I think you can do both. You can save money by paying yearly, but
yeah, I just made an account now. But yeah, so what's going on, man? Why is your heater in your tank like that?
Yeah, so back to that. So my breaker popped by when I was plugging in a little pump so I could fill up the water from the brute back into my ATO reservoir. And so I went down, turned the breaker back on, and when I came back up, when you like something happens in your Apex, you can hear it click. Yeah, Mo, what's up, man? Yeah. Michael Boyd, what's up? So when you turn it on, it would click, and then my EB832 would just blink orange, like pretty rapidly.
A bootloader mode.
Yep. So I found out that that's trying to connect to the base unit. My base unit just cycles through cycles through the rainbow basically. So I looked online, tried to find everything, and
it keeps rotating through bootloader mode. You said
no, my E32 just stays on bootloader or whatever, but my head unit, my base unit, just cycles through a rainbow. So like I said, I did a lot of research, and they all ended up with reaching out to to Neptune's. So they contacted me last night for me like 1:30, but basically they wanted me to take a little AC plug or DC plug, a little like auxiliary port looking plug. Most of your stuff is ran on.
Yeah.
They wanted me to unplug the Aquabus cable and plug one of those straight in, and it didn't do anything. So they basically said I got to send in the base unit. Wow. So I don't know.
Did it get wet at all, or did that just no? That's weird. I remember on the other unit, like the original Apex, mine would go into bootloader mode. All of it would. Then I'd have to go in there and basically reprogram it. So you'd have to take the Cat5 cable and you'd have to connect it to your computer and then directly to the actual brain. And then you can go in there through the, when you do, on the old one, you used to do updates manually.
Dude, I didn't even think about that, dude, because I was like, I know I'm one behind, and I was like, oh, I can't even do it. I didn't even think about connecting the computer.
Yeah, you just connect you just connect the Cat5 cable, and then you use the original uploader, and then you can go in there with your IP address and all that stuff, and you can actually download the original software, like update for it, and then you can re-upload that update, basically resetting the entire Apex. So I've done that a couple times.
I may have to do that because if I can do it myself, that'd be great. I'd love to fix it. But yeah, so I was really worried about my my calcium reactor not running. But everything seems fine right now. Even my heat, my temperature is a little low. It's like 76.6 or something. Not crazy, but I was a little worried. But everything seems fine, man.
Are you using
your Kimura pump? Yep.
Yeah, you're using that still, and then for your Apex, I just switched over to the YouTube version because the comments are not.
The comments are quicker on YouTube.
Yeah, they're not showing up. Yeah, well, they're not showing up at all on the live stream for whatever reason. Oh, like the separate app that you have, they're not showing up for me. So I don't know what that's about.
It should. Yeah, I guess you could watch it on YouTube, but there's like a 12 to 15 second delay on video, but comments are faster. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the comments here on the regular YouTube, and then just that's fine. It works that way. I guess back to what we were saying. So you're gonna just try to do that first, and then send it out and see, because they're gonna take a little while, that turnaround time.
I know. I was like looking. It's expensive. I thought it was the 832, and those are like $200 or $300 or something.
What are you using to regulate your calcium reactor, the CO2? What do you use to control the pH?
It's just like $110 from it's like I forget what website.
The Milwaukee?
No, it's something else. It's on one of my videos. It works. It's totally fine. When I started with my calcium reactor, I was using that and my Apex to control pH. But then, dude, I come to find out it's so much easier for me to control my alkalinity by turning up or down my Kimura, the saturation rate basically. And like I just turn it up one and it slows down, turn it down one, it goes up a little bit. So I stopped even messing with the regulator to keep it where it is.
Yeah, well, that works because of the volume you have. I know I got a lot of shit when I told people I was going to stop using that, because it's hard to explain. So basically, you can only do so many milliliters.
So much with it, yeah.
Well, the problem is even lowering the pH in my reactor at the max of that pump is not enough. I was still having alkalinity issues. So I don't know if it's just my tank or maybe if I had a bigger reactor, I would be able to, pull out more stronger liquid, I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah.
The thing is I just wasn't able to keep up with the tank. So right now I'm using a DC pump. So that seems to be doing pretty good. But
a DC pump.
I just switched
I
over.
wonder how much is going. Mine's at 27 mils a minute. What yours is at?
Oh, I don't know what mine is at. It's a full stream. What I do
1,200 gallons an hour.
Basically, I used to use. Well, I don't have it all the way up, so I used to use a gate valve. The gate valve keeps clogging up over time, and eventually, if you're not paying attention to your alkalinity, it's going to drop. So what I did is I took that and opened it wide up, and then I went ahead and used a DC pump to control the actual flow going through the reactor. Then you just push
so you're pushing
on the DC pump. Yeah. Well, I've been pushing the whole time because it's just easier that way for me. So
with the Kimura.
Yeah, you're pulling with the Kimura. I just feel that it's if you ever try in real life, if you try to pull something, isn't it easier to push it at least most of the time? So I just feel like it's less stress. But that's just my personal opinion on it. But anyway, so I use the DC pump to control the amount of flow going through through the reactor. So I don't have to worry about it clogging up anymore. But you got to think, my reactor system was off for 3 or 4 hours, and I ended up using 250 milliliters of 2-part just to keep it stable. So I can only imagine what it would be.
Yeah, right.
It's 500 gallons of water. I mean, of course, it's not 500 gallons full of coral, but still. I mean, I can only imagine.
A lot of coral in there, bro.
Yeah, so.
A lot of coral in there. Yes, I mean, I was super worried about it, but I mean, they seem to be doing fine. So hopefully I can, like you said, you might have to walk me through that again, or just shoot me like an email and a text and just like a quick 1-2.
Yeah, it's been a little while, but it should be the same concept on this new brain as it is the old one. I have to look up.
You'll be happy. I set up a QT today.
For what, fish or coral?
For fish.
That's
I don't. I feel like, and this could be just me, but I feel like quarantining coral is just basically. I feel like I would have to set up a whole nother entire reef tank.
Oh, you do to a certain extent. Yeah, I understand when people say that they can't quarantine coral, and that's exactly how I felt too for the longest time. Is I hate quarantining coral because it's so time consuming. You basically got to set up a whole nother tank. But if you think about it, if for the 300 I have now, for the amount of money that I make from it, if I was to take an acro from somebody and not quarantine it and put it in that tank and got acropore eating flatworms, I would lose everything, absolutely everything. So you have to get to everybody in this hobby will get to a point where you have to weigh out the risk. Do I pay the extra money to take this extra step, which takes another month or two before I could finally enjoy something, or do I just risk it and put it in there and then finally, take that risk of what ifs? For me, there's only 2 people in this entire world that I've ever taken anything from their tanks and put them into mine. That's because they're worse off than me. I mean, they or not worse off for me. What's the term I'm looking for? They're more anal retentive about things than I am. So I feel pretty confident about getting things from them. But since I've opened up the business more, I've decided to go ahead and implement that quarantining even more.
Yeah, well, it's good for you.
So we got somebody else.
Good for everybody, I guess. What?
Did somebody else come in? I thought I saw it on the screen. I don't know, maybe not.
I don't know if you can see it. If they're not like in it, because when it pops up down here like grayed out, and I got to click it to let him in. Chip the Reefer, Diacanthus, Lisa, AL, what's up, guys? It's been a while for you, Lisa. How you been? Chip the Reefer has been around. Germ, what up? Yeah, like I said, it pops up at the bottom. It's pretty cool. I like this. I was like, I think I'm gonna go live. Dude, so easy.
Yeah, everyone's been saying to go live. Maybe I'll go live on a Sunday night. I'm just playing, man.
I mean, no one's on a Sunday night. It's pretty much me on Fridays and Reef Girl on Saturdays. But I just happened to pop in for the first time for everyone on Rico streams yesterday, a couple days ago anyway. He was saying, "Oh, you guys live stream again?" I was thinking about doing Friday nights. And I'm like, well, I do Friday nights.
Why does it matter? I mean, I understand, if you're running.
I feel like we should share.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of people in the hobby who watch this stuff that you can spread the love and share the time.
Absolutely.
I never really. I mean, live streams are cool to a certain extent, but when they start overtaking the actual content that you provide, I think it gets pretty irritating at that point.
I agree.
But, I was thinking about starting up and just kind of doing a Q&A and stuff, but I don't know. I haven't really decided. I don't want to commit to too many things since I'm already balls deep and everything else.
Yeah, you are. Like speaking of that, I was going to ask you earlier. I'm surprised you stopped importing.
Yeah, well, I got hit, man. I not only with the prices and stuff like that. But I just got sick of catching pests on the way in. It got to the point where every time I dipped, I pulled out flatworms or an aptasia or something, and then I just thankfully I didn't get anything major like nudibranchs or anything like that. But it just everybody, I have a certain reputation I have to keep. People want to buy, because people were buying stuff from the 300, and then they were also buying stuff from the imported system, and I didn't feel right in my gut.
Like you're cheap in the
yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, to be honest with you, I took. I don't really admit this too much. I took about an $8,000 hit when I cut my imported system out in that month. I've been getting killed pretty bad on it, but I mean,
from orders that you couldn't fulfill.
Basically, by getting rid of the imported system, that was $8,000 that month that I wasn't going to bring in,
followed by a tax hit.
Well, taxes to a certain extent. I mean, I only get really charged taxes on local.
Or was it taxes? Yeah, wasn't it taxes? You just did that video. Or no, you posted about it actually. Didn't you have like a $4,000 tax bill?
Oh, the $4,000 difference in shipping. That was the shipping difference that I had to pay. So basically, with people paying $15, and I have to pay, $10 more, or whatever. That added up over the year. But yeah, when I got rid of my imported system, I took a pretty huge hit. But it's nothing that I knew it was going to happen because I
kind of you got paid for it.
Yeah, you look at your QuickBooks and you kind of see where your money's coming from, and you're like, well, if I cut this out, then I'm going to lose this much money, and I knew I was going to get hit. But thankfully, the WYSIWYG and the stuff from the 300 has just kind of it's taken over, and I mean, I have enough money to survive on, so I'm not upset. Yeah. I'm not one of those people trying to go buy a fucking Ferrari tomorrow. By the way, I ain't buying a 350Z though, but that's a whole nother story.
What year? Like a 96?
I'm getting the 98 and or no, not 90. Sorry, 2008 and up, because I wanted that's the better engine, the high rev
body. It's a bigger body
engine. Yeah, the little bit wider body with a high rev engine. So, because I have the F-150, so that's awesome in the snow. It's got mud tires. I go piss around deer hunting with that, but I need something that doesn't get 9 miles to a gallon. So, I'm about done with that.
I got rid of my last truck, my F-150. I picked up 15 Sierra this time. I like it. But yeah, 12.8 to the gallon is what I'm getting.
A what? Sorry, say that again.
It's a 15 Sierra GMC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking about doing like a Super Duty, but I was like, man, I don't really need it. It's not like I'm hauling anything. I think the most I haul is a trailer for the reef tank stuff. But I don't need.
What did I drive when you were in Massachusetts? The Explorer?
It was a silver truck. No, it was a silver truck.
Yeah, same one. That's that F-150.
Okay. Yeah, the silver truck that when we set up that tank.
That was a degenerate.
That was a long time ago, man. Jesus.
It was.
That was a long.
Like I said, if you look at my camera right there, probably like from the right side over to the left. The big Rockazoa started from like a 4 or 5 head frag that I got up here 500K.
Oh, is that the Sunset?
Nope, it's their Armor of God Zoas or something.
Oh, okay. That was from one of those. That pack?
From your 500, yeah. I think that's the only thing that survived. Remember your 500 subscriber?
Yeah, and I brought them down. Did I bring them down?
Nope, you sent them, and then the shipping got messed up, and we lost a couple. Remember?
Oh, okay, yeah, I know. I did bring something to you when I came. I believe
you brought me a lot of stuff.
I'm trying to remember what it was. It's been a long time.
Piping, water. You brought like my whole reef tank. Didn't I get it from you?
Well, we did I don't remember everything. No,
I'm pretty sure you brought
we had the
Skimmer.
old one. We had the 75 gallon that cracked.
Yeah, but you brought my Skimmer. You brought
the Apex.
You brought like half of my equipment. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while, man. Jeez.
DC Reefer in the house. What's up, DC Reefer?
But yeah, I'm looking down. I finally got into the comment section here. I'm trying to see. I'm scrolling up.
I'm watching it. Anything. Are you on a computer or a?
Yeah, I'm on the desktop, but I have our stuff in one screen, and then I have an actual like streaming portion, like the YouTube up of ours, so I can see the comments when they come in. It's a little weird. Hey, what's up, Lisa? There we go. I'm trying to see what I missed, but yeah. So
what you did miss.
Talking about money.
Yeah, right. Real quick, Salty Reef says, Fish X, I still have the Coral QT I got off you last year. I use it every time I get a new coral.
Oh yeah, it's I think it's the same person who bought my
he's in Altoona. He's in Altoona.
He's the one that bought my 125 gallon planted tank. Yeah.
Huh. That's funny. Yeah.
And I think what else?
How far is Altoona? You're way over there, dude.
Altoona's like 60 miles. I think it's like 60 miles, something like that, Altoona. It's like 80.
When I went to that Billy Pipes thing, I looked yours up. I was like, oh, maybe I'm in Pennsylvania. I might as well go. And it like doubled my trip just to get to the other side of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania is long, man, especially if you're coming from the east. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I like it though. Everyone's like, you should get out of Pennsylvania. I'm like, man, I really like it here. I mean, the weather sucks, but I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I just hate dealing with snow. I don't mind the cold. I just hate dealing with the snow. That's the worst part. Having to shovel at 6 a.m, bust out the snowblower. That's the worst part.
Well, that's why you got to get those big old 33s on your truck and say, fuck it. That's what I do.
Know what
I don't
want to do.
I just go.
You know what I want to do is I want to pick up a 4-wheeler with a little plow on the front. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Maneuver that little thing everywhere.
I mess with
that. So back to losing money, man. Seems like you're doing all right.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm definitely not poor. I mean, some people are giving me shit, you know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you follow the channel or whatever with the comment section with the
dude, you know what, your community forum, dude, when you posted about the $5 increase.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
everybody lost their shit. Oh yeah, they did. And I had the day off on Sunday, so I was like, fuck it, man, I'm just gonna mess with everybody.
I read them all. It was funny.
That's funny though. Yeah, I bet they'd be really pissed if I put my prices where they're supposed to be. $15, $20, $25, $30 more.
Yeah, your frags are relatively cheap.
So it's all right though. But no, I mean, it's good. It was a good decision in the long run to actually get rid of the imported system because I don't have that overhead anymore because I had to go out and, you know, of course, buy the coral, cut it, and then have to go through different blades on the saw and just go through all that stuff. And then, you know, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Huh? Yeah.
It's sitting there with the little saw doing bunch of colonies like that. Seems like it sucks when you go. I mean, it looks cool. It's like probably therapeutic, to be honest with you.
It's okay because you know you make money on it, but it's not something I enjoyed. I got to the point where I just didn't enjoy that aspect of it, and to be honest, I feel much better knowing that I'm selling stuff that is pest free and good to go. I don't have to worry about any issues. You know, I don't have to worry about people like, oh shit, I got a red bug or something, because guess what, you didn't get it from me. So
yeah, right.
But yeah.
So how are you quarantining them? Like, you just keep an eye out for something and then treat accordingly? Like,
I run separate tanks. So I have all the ones. Well, right now I wasn't quarantining that imported coral that I was getting. I didn't have a chance to quarantine it because it had to come in, it had to get cut, and then it had to heal, and then it went out. And if I found something along that healing process, then I would, of course, take care of it. But that just didn't feel good. I didn't like that, and I don't have the room down here to put another couple 100 gallons to actually quarantine the imported stuff. But for the stuff that I get in now, so I'll get in on eye-catching coral. They have like these Acropora frag packs, and they're just random macros. So I'll get something in like that, and then I will cut the coral off at the base, and then I will dip the coral, put it on a new plug, and then it will go into a 30-gallon biocube and start its 60-day quarantine process. If at any point in time I'll find something, if I find anything in that, I will fix the issue, and then the quarantine process starts over. I don't add any more coral. I don't do anything. And I do a 50% water change on the tank every 2 weeks, and that's it. And basically
on the
30-gallon bio. Yeah. So it has no calcium reactor, doesn't have anything like that. So it has to have those water changes from the 300 to keep up with, the demand of those corals healing up in the quarantine. But, so there will be a second biocube coming in soon. So I will be able to take care of more corals, have different batches of corals going through quarantine. Once they go through a 60-day quarantine, they're good to go. Then they go on to grow out plugs or plates, and then they go into the grow out system. So it's a little bit of a process, that's for sure.
Yeah, right. My November 8th is truly no fish in my tank. Is when it started. So come up in a few days, Fallow? 5 days. I'll be at 2 months, and I haven't even bought fish yet to put in quarantine. So it's actually funny we're talking about quarantine, because I know I usually wait like 2-3 months, but I heard in your video yesterday 10 weeks was your recommendation, right?
For the life cycle for
the audio's messing up.
Can you hear me?
Say something.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, sure can.
Yeah, so you're talking about the life cycle for ick to go fallow?
Is it 10 weeks?
Yeah, 10 weeks. That's what I go with. And even if you, because you haven't bought anything for it yet either, so I would get fish soon, put them in quarantine, and then just even wait out that additional time for quarantine while you're quarantining the fish before you put them in. Because even if you spend a couple more, even if you want 11, 12 weeks, it's not going to hurt anything. And it's going to even, there are...
Go
ahead.
Go ahead.
I would say there are some chances. I've heard of this is very, very slim, but some people would go the 10 weeks and the parasite wouldn't be dead. I've only heard of it probably a couple times, maybe 2 times max. And I don't have all the details on what they might have done during the whole process. So they might have, kind of skipped a few steps, but 10 weeks is generally pretty safe for going fallow.
So I actually lost all my fish. And then it was probably 5 weeks of only a yellow watchman goby in there. So, I mean, yellow watchman goby is one of those little bottom dweller, smooth skin guys. I mean, but technically since November 8th, I've had absolutely 0 fish.
Okay. So from the point where you had absolutely when your 10 weeks starts.
Say it again. You broke up.
So I don't know. I seem to get a little bit of delay here. So where you had 0 fish. Can you hear me now? Because I see where it's going mute. You good?
That was me. Because I was seeing, because I don't know if the chat hears it, but it's like stuck when you start talking. It like freezes for a second.
Is it better now?
I don't know. Yeah, it's fine, but I don't know if that's just me or if it's the chat too.
Okay, so basically at the point November 8th, you had 0 fish, right? So that is when your 10 weeks starts. That prior time where you had just only 1 fish, that smooth skin, that doesn't count towards your fallow
That's what
time.
I figured.
Yeah, so from November 8th on is when you start. I usually don't play any games with that because if you're going to wait 10 weeks, why risk it with a fish that might carry the parasite versus not, with eels and shit like that people talk about. It's just probably not worth your time to take the chance. So
the only livestock I've added was and just because they happen to have one, was a pistol shrimp. I've been looking for a while because I like little gobies. I like them chilling at the bottom, little grumpy faces. And I haven't seen a pistol shrimp in forever, and I don't want to order just a pistol shrimp. So I found when I had it, it was a while ago. It was like a week after the November 8th, so whatever that puts it at, November 15th.
Yeah, well, the parasite can't survive off of the anyway.
An invertebrate,
yeah.
I understand. That's the only thing I've added to the thing.
I mean, it could come in on it, but it can't survive. I mean, on the actual host. So, you should be good. Just go 10 weeks from that, from the 8th of November, and you should be good to go.
One thing I have noticed about not having fish in the tank, and I've been actually like ghost feeding, is my corals are peril, and my phosphates are almost not readable, and same as nitrates. Yeah,
you should dose nitrates and phosphates to keep those.
I was gonna buy yours, to be honest. I just haven't yet.
Yeah, you should definitely. I know Billy's kind of got to do the same thing, but yeah, if you're just sitting around bottom, I mean, the corals need to have those nutrients to survive, and most people that are going fallow usually need to dose nitrates and phosphates to keep things stable.
I usually just broadcast them Reefroids, whether that is the answer or not.
I'm sure it adds to the nutrients once it breaks down, because the Reefroids, yes, they might eat some of it, but eventually it has to break down and be processed into nitrates and phosphates. Yeah. But it's not an immediate source. It's not something that's going
takes time to break down.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to control that either. So your best bet is just the dose. Find a way to keep them stable, and your corals will be happy during this process.
And you have a calculator on your website, didn't I hear you say that one time? Or no, you have directions. I'm sorry.
I have the directions on the bottom. And it's pretty simple for most people because every tank is going to react differently. So there is a general guideline on the bottle. But what I usually do is tell people to dose at night, like before you go to bed, and then 24 hours later test before you dose again. So say you test originally the first time you're at 1 ppm of nitrates. So then you'll dose according to the bottle, and then come back 24 hours later, or technically 23 and 59 minutes later, and then test to see where you're at. So you're at 1.5. Then while you want to dose some more, dose the same amount or a little bit more, come back and just keep
theoretically it should go up the same.
Yeah, and you want basically in the beginning you're not going to really notice it going up as much as it should, because the tank is going to absorb the nutrients that is lacking. So when you're sitting at 0 for a long time, it's going to suck in. It better be a good mic, Al. I spent all that damn money on it.
What are you using?
Focusrite something. I'm not really sure. It's got a pop filter on it.
It's a gaming microphone.
It sounds fine to me. I don't notice anything different. But anyway, so you want to go ahead and dose test 24 hours later, and of course the tank is going to use up some of these nutrients because it's lacking so many. So you might not see an elevation right off the bat. It might take 4 or 5 days, and at that point you want to really pay attention to how much you're dosing, because there's a good chance that once your tank finally absorbs what it's been lacking, that you might spike your nutrients quickly. Yeah. So then, just keep doing that, and then eventually it will
evens out anyway.
Yeah, it'll get to a good point, and then just find a maintenance dose. Right now, for me, maintenance dose is about 15 milliliters of nitrates and 4 milliliters of phosphates every single day, 24 hours. Well, it's 24 hours a day through the dose or DOS. But you find a maintenance dose.
So did you break it up into 24 different doses?
Well, I don't. The doser does it automatically through its programming, and it just spreads it out throughout the day. I've never had any issues with that. Yeah. But if you're dosing big amounts, I don't know anybody who's going to be dosing so much that it would require you to break it up. You got to think, for the 300, technically 500 gallons of water, it only takes me, 15 milliliters per day to keep it at 4 ppm of nitrate. So there wouldn't be any point really to spread it out. I just do it because it's part of the programming. There's not really any reason behind it other than that. So hopefully, I think we're lagging here. Your face isn't moving, so I don't know if it's me or you.
All right, my bad. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, can you hear me? Your face didn't move. I was like, oh, well, I'm lagging or you're lagging.
So I don't know what's up with it. Because like I said, what I was doing was trying to switch Wi-Fi's.
It seemed good now. A little bit of a delay.
I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi.
I was like, yo, Mike froze. He's really concentrating on something. Yeah, he's gonna take a shit, so he's like frozen there. Okay, well, I say something, man, because it is lagging like crazy. See, I see your lips moving, but there ain't nothing coming out. Can you guys still hear me? Because if so, I guess I'll sing until he gets back. Okay, so what song do you guys want to sing? Let's see here. It's the song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was. He's gone. Son of a bitch. I suppose we'll wait on Mike's channel. Talking to myself. Mike, you invited me here, and now I'm alone with all these people.
All right, how about now?
He's back.
Yeah, dude. So I'm on my main Wi-Fi, and I think everybody's on. Dude, there's so many people in the house. I think it's me and 3 others, and like I've got personally, especially with my Xbox, my computer, my fish tanks got like 3. Just like so slow, so I had to switch. It took me a little while to switch.
That's cool. Yeah, I
think we're good now. Yeah, you're totally fine. All right, let me see who I missed in here. Core Reef Keepers, what's up, man? Gabe, what's up, dude? Calypso, Hector, how you doing, buddy? Some good people in here. Kevin Styles, what's up, man? All right, cool. Sorry to mess up the flow of things.
Yo, do we want to get anybody else in?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, see if anybody else wants to come in.
Just throw this down there.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Shoot me an email. Yeah, you can do that, or like you can throw one up like just like this if you want. You can change the backgrounds. You can change like formats. I mean, the one thing I liked about Hangouts is like whoever's talking was like has the big one.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah, I'll hook up with you after the stream and get the info from you.
I'll walk you through it. It's easy.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a Sunday night shitfest live stream. I don't know.
That's how my streams used to be, huh?
No, I don't mind. As long as the thing is, it has to be productive. If I'm just sitting there bullshitting all the time, I mean, if we're talking about reef tanks, I mean, I don't mind, deviating to other things and having fun. But if it's nothing but like, stupid shit, then it's not really fun. And then people don't want to. I mean, I guess there are people that just want to listen and for the sake of listening. But
sure. What I want to like be different about everybody. Davis, what's up? I feel like when this is like kind of historic for the past few years, like when people do live streams, it was like a hangout. It's like always the same people. I want some new guys. I want other people to come on, show their tanks, people we haven't heard from, people we haven't seen their tanks, people that don't even post on YouTube. Like, let's see them all. Let's hang out. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I'm totally good with that. I think, who is it that does one on? Is it Reef Girl that does one? I'm almost positive.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah. Okay. What's tomorrow? Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Saturday. I'm not able to do Saturdays. I'm never home during Saturday.
My daughter sleeps over on Saturdays, so she doesn't really care for me either. Chris Croft, what's up? First time here. Welcome. Yeah, anybody in the chats want to come? Tim's got a nice reef tank. He was here last week or the week before. Yeah, if anybody in the comments wants to come hang out, talk about your tank. Fish at Hex is doing free one-on-ones right now.
Oh, is that what's going on? Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine though. I don't care. Time is money, and I'm done doing shit tonight. So
yeah, right. Yeah, I thought 8 o'clock on Fridays. I mean, it's basically the only day that works for me. But 8 to like 10, usually 2 hours. If it's good conversation, we got a few people in there. Usually run until 11, and because it's set. Because tomorrow I got to work early. Not early, but 8:30. It's pretty early, I guess.
Yeah, I'm good with 10. 10's good. Anybody send you a link? Anybody say anything?
I don't know. I need to check my email. No.
Let's see here. Hey, Fish, you should raise your shipping again. I'll grab the popcorn. Yeah. Oh, man.
He saw it.
Yeah, that's funny.
That is funny. People like, I don't even remember what they were saying. They were talking about like, there's a few good ones.
I will admit that. So what? This is going on my 4th year here on YouTube, something like that. I will admit early on, I was always, I always paid attention to that stuff and I engaged in it. Sometimes I got caught up into it, but
me too.
At the end of the day, anybody and their grandmother can get behind a keyboard and talk shit to somebody.
Yeah, no.
I do it all the time on Facebook. My whole point of having that personal account is just to fuck with people. So, I don't know. I don't really get too upset about it. I mean, you'd be surprised at some of the things people say. I mean, people who wish death upon you.
Bring your family into it.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, you got to think if you have the ability. Like I've been mad at a lot of people. There's people in this community that I absolutely despise. I bet you can name them for me. But
I can probably name a couple.
I don't like them at all. But I'm not going to go on their channel and wish anything bad upon them. I'll just secretly do it in my head. I'm not interested in exposing myself like that. But it's just people talk shit, and that's all it is. It's just talk. It is what it is.
Jerem says, so funny people get so butthurt over $5. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I'm actually headed back over so I can read the comments now.
Kevin Styles asked, what's your favorite fish?
Favorite fish? The sailfin tang.
Really?
Yep. I've always loved them.
I had one name.
I had the one named Zeze. I think I did a video on this.
The 125.
I adopted him and he died on the way to me. Like the guy who put him in the thing, the transit. He died on the way in, and well, pretty much dead. And then I was sitting there putting him in front of the power head, pumping his gills. It was forever, and then he finally just came to. It was crazy, and I had him for a couple of years before he passed away. But
You've
yeah,
had a few fish over the years, huh?
Yeah, well, most of them kill each other. But I mean, I've been really good. This 300, besides the monos killing themselves, and I think they just did it because they ran out of room. I mean, the tank has grown so much that they just don't have the swim room. So they were ripping colonies out, swimming into the glass, and those monos killed themselves, and within at least 4 months. So that was pretty rough. But lesson learned on that. I'm not going to get mono anymore. Well, maybe for the new tank, we'll see, because the new tank is a 10-foot long by 4 foot wide by 3 feet tall peninsula.
Jesus.
See, so basically that tank is going to be attached to the 300. The 300 is going to be upstairs in the living room as a grow out / display. That's going to be plumbed down to the 10-foot tank, which then will be plumbed to 4 or 5 8-foot by 2 foot by 1 foot tall frag tanks. So it's my operation.
What, are you gonna have like 5,000 gallons or something?
Well, my operation is going to be increasing significantly here in the next couple of years. Yeah. So it's going to be it's in the works. But when you start talking about tanks that are that big, the price, it isn't your fucking $1 per gallon sale, man. I'm talking about tanks that are, $50, $60, $70,000 for a tank. And I mean, that's a lot of money.
I would say so.
It's like taking out a freaking loan for a house, man, just to pay for
but it'll eventually pay for itself, especially if you got what is the 10 by 4 by 3? What's that? How big is that thing?
The 10-foot by 4 foot by 3 foot tall. I never looked at the gallons. I just like the platform. I know it's a lot better than what I have.
Peninsula.
It's basically double what I have plus 2 foot longer. So it's I'll have to look at the gallons on it, but I think it's probably roughly 1,000, something like that. And then it'll be a peninsula, so the back will be about, if somebody wants to look that up and see what it is, that 8 foot by 4 foot by 2 foot. So then that one side will actually be where all the plumbing goes and everything. And then so that's going to be a pretty good tank. I'm interested to see kind of how my coral grows out, because my plan was to do that 10-foot tank just being all acros, because in the 300 here we have like stylos and bird's nests and shit like that,
which I'm surprised you do. Actually,
I like them because they sell really well, and they're really, really fast growers. The only thing is it just doesn't make the tank look the way I want. So the 300, when it goes upstairs, will probably have like similar corals in it that it has now. It'll be all new aquascape and stuff, but the one downstairs is going to be strictly 10 foot by 4 foot by 3 foot of nothing but acros. And a lot of people like the idea of that, and I personally like it, but there's always there's the risk factor in SPS that's kind of something that I've been dealing with lately, is when you start, if you think about it, if you invest all that money and you have all these colonies,
one thing goes wrong,
you can lose it all. Like before I even set that tank up, I've already got that $6,000 generator in the works. That one, that diesel that kicks on automatically once your power goes out. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so basically, because right now I can't leave the house and go anywhere. I mean, I don't like leaving the house anyways, but like taking a trip for a weekend, that hasn't happened in 3 years.
Scares you?
I can't. Yeah. Well, I can't, because unless I have service, and if I do, I got to be within an hour or so from home. That way I can get home in time.
Just in case.
Yeah, so it's pretty rough, but pays the bills, so I can't complain too much, I suppose. But yeah, a lot of water.
I got someone that'll
wants to come in. Mm-hmm. Sweet. Yeah, I can stop talking so much. I'm sure people get sick of hearing.
Yeah, you talk too much, bro.
I can't help it.
It's good talking to me. It's been a little while.
Yeah, my chair's gonna squeak. Ugh.
What are you doing in the basement right now?
Yeah, I'm always down here. I got my computer and everything. It's just easier, and it's quieter.
Yeah, I'm in the basement right now too. So I feel like the router is like right above me. So that first connection I use is like the best one I have. So I'm surprised that's like the slowest.
Is it yours or somebody else's?
My buddy owns a house.
Oh, okay.
So, but we have Spectrum or something, and he like upgraded our Wi-Fi. He even bought like a aftermarket like gaming router. So I mean, it's pretty good. But we have a lot of stuff connected. I think me personally have like 8 things connected.
No.
So I sent that link to Christian Sparks, the Reef Keepers. And I think Calypso's coming in here in a minute. Mo, what's up, man? Come show us some stuff. Mo's got a lot of stuff in the works. Oh, Mo's got people over. Mo, it's good to see you. We'll talk later. Salty Reef says, Travis, if I wanted to come buy coral again, would I email you or buy online and pick up locally?
You would buy online and then select local pickup, and then we would meet at a designated public area, and I would give you the coral that way if you wanted to do that, or I could ship it to you. I don't let people come over the house anymore. A couple people ruined that, and I guess I'll leave it at that. Some people came in and were not that great and had to go bye-bye. So
Sure.
Yeah, so I don't let people come to my house anymore.
Yeah, I think where did I see it? Oh yeah, I was watching your rambling video. I only watched like 3 minutes of it or something, and then
no wonder my retention time sucks, because you motherfuckers can't watch the whole video.
Well, no, I usually watch the whole video. I wanted to hear the good part. I wanted to hear you rambling and talking shit. That's the funnest part. But I saw on your website, yeah, before you got to it, because you're like, you pulled up the map, and then you're like, oh, let me show you the shirts first, and that's where I stopped. So it looked like it was only $19 in Pennsylvania to ship, right?
Well, it's $19 for the surrounding states. I used to have it going to Ohio for that, but every time I sent it out, it was like $30 some odd. I'm like, geez.
There's Cool Reef Keeper and Calypso.
Cool. Sweet.
There we go. Get everybody in here.
Mike.
Can you hear me?
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, Bob?
And yeah, Reef Keeper, we hear you. What's going on, fellas?
Just chilling, hanging out.
What are you watching right now? He's about to show us the Twin Cities. Look, Travis, I don't know you know who Calypso is. Check out his 2 little 7-gallon tanks. Are you right next to him? You gotta be.
Hold on.
You got a couple of them.
Let me put up the lens. You guys can see it, or appreciate it better.
It's 2 little 7-gallon tanks, Travis.
Okay, I just went over to the other screen. I was like, where are they? There we go. Yeah, look pretty good, man. They connected to one sump, or they all in ones?
Yeah. They both connect.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty sweet, yeah. Pretty clean sump, too.
Thank you.
And aren't you running lighting on that? Yeah, it's cheap like eBay or Amazon lighting, isn't it?
The Pixie 30s.
Well, those run you.
So, did you drill those tanks, or did you buy them already pre-drilled, the overflows, and you just
I drilled them.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Let me show you this. So it's nice and clean. That's what I was aiming for. Just have everything nice and clean.
DIY sump.
What happened?
Yeah, he bought a baffle kit. Actually. Yeah. It was a nice one too, man. His sump came out.
Was that really 20-gallon long or?
Yeah, 20-gallon long.
Yeah, cool. Bubble maggots. Looks good.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second.
So I think he recently moved them upstairs. He has another cube that's like a, I think it's like a 14. I think it's something like that, 12 or 14 gallons. And all 3 of them look really clean. He's pretty active with his water changes. I went to his house. He lives in Connecticut, closer to New York. I went to his house a couple months ago, and it looks really good. Did you move him upstairs, Calypso?
Yeah. I moved them upstairs. The 27 is gone.
It was a 27. Okay, I thought it was like a 14.
Yeah. These are the 14s.
I thought those were 7s.
The 27, I couldn't drill it, so I was already tired going through those accidents with the overflow. And the overflow I had in the 27, I made a regular overflow now. So,
what'd you have for an overflow on the other one? Hang on the back?
The modular marine.
That's what I ran on my 75. And they've updated it since then. So if I ever drill again, that's probably what I'm getting.
I picked this today. I don't know what they are.
Those like Bam Bams.
Not
a little more purple in them.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And then the rainbow. They still haven't opened completely.
How's the new build going?
The what?
The new build.
The new build? Oh, the new build. The new build.
Yeah.
In the basement.
Slow but steady.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it summer. I still gotta work in a couple things first. Equipment I want to get first.
Actually, because that sump you're using right there was for the new build, wasn't it?
No, it was all the time.
I thought it was.
This one. Yeah, it was for this one. I just put it in that one. This is the stand from that tank. I used it for the Twin Cities, and I built this control panel here. I still got to put more equipment on it.
Yeah, he's a DIYer, Trav.
Yeah,
I like that stuff.
Me too.
Yeah,
DIY is the best part of it.
Yeah.
If it came out as you hoped.
Yeah, which half the time it doesn't, but you know, you learn from all your mistakes and make it better next time.
It feels more personable when you can make it yourself.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did with this build. Just basically fixing all my wrongs.
Yeah, your whole 125, Travis, was DIY, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much the whole thing. Yeah.
Actually, you know what I came across today? I was looking for a little heater, and I was outside in the shed, and I came across a bag of Fisher Hex filter socks 1.0.
Oh yeah, I remember those. People still ask me if I
bought 50 of them.
Yeah. If I could use my 3D printer to make that ring that would connect into a sump, then yeah, I would love to.
How do you stitch it? I mean, I guess it's probably not too difficult to stitch it to the plastic. I didn't know you're 3D printing.
Yeah, 3D print, shit, dildos and stuff, just normal stuff.
Yeah, you run through a lot of plastic.
Yeah, I mean, when you're making 14 inches, dude, yeah, you burn through a shit ton of plastic. And I usually I make them so I can throw them out my car at people. It's just
that kid that was in here earlier. The kid that was in here earlier, Mo's Nano Reefs. He his company is 3D Reefing, and he's the one who made my diffusers. And he actually sent me the updated, little. Let's get that big mug out of here. The updated not the actual diffuser, but the little clear plastic piece on the bottom. He reshaped those. And then he actually sent me some the glasses, whatever it is, the blue, the orange.
Yeah.
Orange glasses, but they say 3D Reef on the side, so he etched that, or I think he might even have made the.
I think you can buy them in with the etching on the side, right? Yeah, people can buy those.
It's etched,
yeah. I know Billy Pipes has them too. I think I was gonna get them originally, but I'm like, I'm not gonna go on the bandwagon, so I just passed.
What is that? Where'd that come from?
That's a frac tank. When
did you set that up?
20 gallon?
Yeah, the other 20 gallon.
Is that the future sump of the next build?
No. I'm still going to use that other one. This is just to hold the corals that I couldn't fit in the nanos from the 27 gallon.
Yeah, that stand makes me nervous as shit based on. It's hard to tell on the video.
It looks way too small.
What, this one?
Yeah, step back a little bit. Where's this? Is the stand even underneath the whole tank? No.
That's fine.
God, it works. Hey, honey, don't worry. It's only 20 gallons, man. No big deal.
It's only 20 gallons.
I saw that stand. I was like, Mom, maybe I'm seeing shit. I don't want to call you out, but I'm just going to call you out. That's nuts, dude.
So far.
Question in the comments.
Yeah, I'll read it. Travis, right here. Alka's been at 8.8 for weeks, and calcium is finally less than 500. Mag is around 15 from 1600. When to dose calcium, magnesium again, and at what amounts?
Well, you said your mag's at 1600. Well, for one, you shouldn't be dosing any mag anytime soon. You gotta let that stuff naturally fall. So don't dose that. Your ALK is fine. I just see your calcium's at 500. I mean, you don't dose anything right now. I mean, your levels are fine. I would keep an eye on your alkalinity to see if it goes down. If it does go down, then you want to dose both calcium and alkalinity in equal parts. What are you using to dose right now? What's the supplements? Using BRS 2-part, using AB, what? But yeah, I would not be magnesium, because once you get up around that 1700, 1800 ppm, you'll find that your snails become lethargic, and then they end up,
dying. There's like slow moving.
Yeah.
To answer your question, you should probably just buy a calcium reactor. If you can, dude. That was the coolest thing I ever purchased.
God, I want one so bad, but they're so expensive.
Once you get I mean, it's not that bad, man.
Yeah.
I think
there's only one YouTuber here that made me want to buy a calcium reactor. Can anybody
there's a couple
guess who it is?
for me.
Anybody guess?
No.
No. Okay, then I guess I'll have to leave it at then.
I actually, a lot of people, obviously start dosing and then go to a calcium reactor. I just went straight for it. I didn't want to buy all the stuff, which I did buy all the stuff and didn't even use it. I didn't want to buy a good doser and then, end up going to a calcium reactor. So I ended up buying, I'd have to really sit down and like calculate it, but I think I only spent like $600 from like soup to nuts all the way through.
That's not too bad.
Maybe more than that. Probably maybe like 7.
That's for everything. That's a regulator,
8,
the whole 9 yards.
Regulator, Kimura, media, all of it.
Living the good old days, bro.
Yeah, when I had money.
That's one thing this hobby will do, take all your money.
Right.
Easy.
For sure.
What are you in the club, Calypso? What are you doing over there?
Hell no. Papa, you know how Puerto Ricans do. We still celebrating Christmas.
Chicken drinking. Yeah, I had some, what is it? Conquito?
Look at this house. The ladder, how to take out the lights.
It's funny. Hey, what is it? Conquito? Is that the Puerto Rican homemade? Coquito. Yeah, I drank some of that for New Year's.
Yeah, that's good stuff. A little sweet, but good. Oh,
yeah, it is sweet.
New Year, by the way.
Yeah, you as well, man.
So
New Year
cover
to
on
me.
your beer just to keep it cold, or they make you cover it up from the last time?
No, because they're not.
Nobody's paying attention.
No, nobody's paying me for these beers.
Nice.
But actually, I'm drinking Be Hoppy, and it's a local brewery. But this beer is so good to me. So the cool thing about this is they have one other beer. It's a different pale ale or an IPA. It's called Don't Worry. So they have Don't Worry and Be Hoppy. So I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, Hoppy Beers is a good IPA.
But
nice
it's
hoppy.
I live in Worcester, Massachusetts.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I live in Worcester, Massachusetts, and they're 12 minutes from me. And it's funny because I like it so much. It's like it's in it's on tap like everywhere around here. It's in every store.
Yeah.
And I compare other beers to it because I think it like tastes the best. It's cool. It's local. Lynn Reef Nerd says she needs a second job.
We got tons of microbrews everywhere.
They're everywhere, dude. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah, this is true.
Lynn Reef Nerd says she needs a second job to fund this hobby.
Don't we all?
Me too, or at least it would make it easier.
But if I worked a second job, I wouldn't have time for my fish tank.
Yeah.
Or you could do what Fish a Hex did and make your hobby your job.
True.
And then you're not really working every day. Is that how it
that
works,
is kind of
Travis?
the plan at some point, but long way to go.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, I've talked to a couple of people about it who have started, trying to get them to help them start selling coral. And they're like, hey, man, how are you getting sales? I'm like, well, you better get your ass on YouTube or do something to get out. Because if you don't, then no one's going to even look at you.
All right, Ryan Smithers responded.
Let me look.
He said he's been dosing Red Sea Alk for half a year, 8 mils daily. Was dosing Cal in equal parts, but Cal kept rising while Alk stayed constant. Actually, you answered this on your video the other day, Travis.
Yeah, you're going to want to increase both, and then it will balance out.
That was on the Q&A a couple days ago, right?
Yeah. And I don't know what salt you're using, but something's got your magnesium spiked. I'd figure that out first before you start messing with any other parameters, because magnesium controls the ratio between calcium and alkalinity. So
yeah, it's weird because it's so high.
It could be a bad batch of salt. I had that with Reef crystals, brought it up to 2,000 ppm and wiped out my tank. Well, all my inverts anyways.
Holy crap.
So
what salt was that?
That's Reef crystals. I had that happen twice.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's what I set the QT up today with. I had like a little bit left in the bag. I had to crush it out.
I'm afraid
when I did the 135, but stuck with the Red Sea.
Yeah, I'm a Fritz guy, man. Blue box.
Me too. Me too.
Never tried it, but
I just like how you could like set it up an hour before your water change.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to get the water temperature and it mixes real quick.
Yeah, the Red Sea I got to mix for at least a good 24 hours before it's good to go.
Salty Reef asks, what's your thoughts on a deep sandbed refuge? I don't like sand refuge.
I run deep sand bed in my Refugium. It's a small Refugium on the 300. It basically serves no purpose other than kind of helping with nitrate, I guess expulsion or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, deep sand bed's fine as long as you don't have anything in there mixing it up. Because there's going to be a point where there's going to have that deep black gas. I forgot the name of it off the top of my head. But yeah, you don't want to be pissing around with that. So yeah, deep sand bed in the Refugium is totally fine.
I've always wanted to try Miracle Mud. I don't know why.
I never tried it. I've never used it.
I
usually anything with the title Miracle and it doesn't really, I don't know.
Yeah, like a Miracle calcium alkalinity. Just throw a cap in a day and it makes everything perfect.
Yeah. You wake up the next day, freaking tank's grown out completely.
You know what's been happening to me lately is my damn anemone is moving. Son of a bitch. He was, when I first put him in, I put him in one spot and he stayed there for like 6 weeks and now he's on his third new spot since then.
Well, he's not happy.
In like a week. You can't really see him. He's kind of like tucked under the right rock structure. That's another thing. I hate my rock structure. I don't know. I'm gonna do something
taller.
I know, but so my idea was that I want it to grow out and I want it to fill out. Because what I did have a taller one, but it was so hard to figure out flow. There were so many dead spots that I figured if I had just like one flat playing field, it might be easier to figure flow out. So that's why this is what I got now.
Well, you can do what I do, bounce the flow off the back of the wall. So for me to try to get flow around the rock structures, I just angle a power head towards the back wall and it hits the wall and then bounces out and takes.
Well, it's not going to be like a pool shot with angles. It probably just runs down the back of the wall. No.
No, I mean, it's not going to. Obviously, it's not going to bounce off like a shot, but it is going to allow it to go in a different direction other than straight through. I have no issues with that.
All right. The fish guy says my LPS have been struggling mightily. All of my parameters are within ideal range, but they either barely grow or, in one case, just die. Will target feeding help this? By the way, Travis, you're the reason he has a YouTube channel.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks, man. When it comes to the reason why let's first start about target feeding. Target feeding is great to a certain extent, but most of the time it just adds excess nutrients. There has to be a main reason why your LPS is just simply dying. You said your water parameters are in ideal range. Could you fill us in on what your water parameters are? Because sometimes people think what they think is ideal isn't ideal. So let me know what you actually have your parameters at and what you're using for test kits. It gives me a good idea of kind of what your base is. But I mean, there's multiple reasons why they can just simply die. Not growing. LPS don't really grow that fast. I know the fastest LPS I can get to grow are Dunkins and like frog spawn, stuff like that. They grow really fast. Torches seem to be pretty slow for me. I'll be honest with you, LPS doesn't really grow that well in the 300 anyways. I just don't have enough nutrients. But feel free to let me know what that information is and we kind of help you figure out that question.
Yeah, it's hard to say because like I've got frog spawn growing like crazy in my nano tank and it, nutrients are high, everything's dirty, and those things just love it and they're just growing like crazy. It went from 2 heads and now it's up to 7 within 3 months.
Travis, what are you using for a nitrate test kit?
I use Red Sea.
Do
yeah, Red Sea.
Torn. I got a $50 Amazon gift card ready to buy one.
Yeah, I use Red Sea and Saltwater. I never used Saltwater before. I've been tempted to try them, but I've been just I'm at the point if it works, I ain't messing with it. If Red Sea seems to be good. Red Sea for
it's got that little like shaker thing on it, right?
Not for the nitrates.
Not for the nitrates.
Yeah, nitrates is a color code. Calcium I use Red Sea for calcium, magnesium, and nitrates. That's it.
Really?
Yep.
See, I always thought
the using Hannah. What are you doing, man?
I use Hannah for alkalinity and phosphates. Because last time I tested calcium, probably when I started my fucking tank. So I don't test calcium.
I don't test calcium really.
Yeah, as long as your elk is in check, you should be all right.
Let's see what we got here. I'm trying to see this guy. Red Sea test kits: calcium 480, alkalinity 9.2, magnesium 1510, salinity 1.025, pH. Okay. Nitrates 2.
Magnesium is a little high.
Wait, did you say your nitrates are at 8 or at 2 ppm and your pH is 8.2? Okay, sorry, I was trying to scroll down through here. So your calcium, like I said, calcium I don't really care about calcium. It doesn't make a difference to me. Your main focus is going to be your alkalinity. Magnesium is a little high, but nothing crazy. 1450 is usually what I like to stop at. Salinity is fine. Nitrates 2 ppm. To be honest, your nitrates could go up to about 5. You'd be safer. Your phosphates are probably pretty low as well.
I've seen people with like tanks that are doing really well, like 20 nitrates.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like LPS and soft coral tanks do really well. SPS starts to brown out at that point. So what I would do, man, as ZA Fish Guy, just increase your nitrates to about 5 ppm and check your phosphates. You should be around, try to go 1 ppm on your phosphates. You'd be good for LPS on that. And make sure you don't have direct flow on them either, because that tends to piss off the polyps. You can kill them that way too. Mm-hmm. So hopefully that answers your question. Looking through here.
Saying hi to everybody. I'm trying not to interrupt.
That's cool, man. I don't mind. I'm just here visiting, dude. It's your show.
Laser, but think I can support an LPS softy tank on just calc? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Well, eventually you have to use 2-part.
I wouldn't even need calc, really.
Well,
you don't even need calc.
You don't even need calc. You do a 30% water change every week, man. You'd be good for, geez.
See, my LPS Nano, I don't add anything to it. Everything's growing like weeds. So
that's the thing. People always ask, when should you start dosing? And I always tell them, when your water changes can no longer support stable alkalinity. So say, you do a water, say you do a water change, you're at 9 DKH, and then you go to do a water change in 2 weeks and you're at 7 DKH. Well, in between those 2 weeks, you're dropping the 2 points. So you need to either start supplementing with 2-part or calc, or you need to increase your water change frequency. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're a huge fan of water changes. And he's like, oh, no big deal. Just do like a 75-gallon water change. What are you doing? You're doing big ones on the 300, aren't you?
I do a 50 once a month on 500 gallons.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's it.
It's not too bad, though.
Oh, no. Water.
Hopefully you have a big pump to do it.
No. I wish. No, it's just connected to. It's just a mixing station pump. But the only reason behind water changes.
Gravity fed?
No, I use the. I don't know. It's the yellow one on BRS. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
But, the water changes are just simply to remove detritus, because the 300 gets full of shit pretty quickly. So that's all I use it for.
Yeah, right now I've got the 135 I'm building. It's all on automatic with the dose. I'm doing like 3.5 gallons a day on it. Just letting it run. It's kind of nice and easy, but I'll probably end up having to do like you do and do big water changes because it's bare bottom, so to suck all the crap out on the bottom.
Well, when I would say, what are you doing for detritus control? You using filter socks or?
Yeah, using filter socks and then poly.
You're still getting dead spots on the bottom of the tank where it's building up, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you're
pretty
gonna.
Much on
that's
the
cool though.
where,
just implement a water change that's big enough just to remove the detritus. It could be 10, 15, 20 gallons. That's fine. You don't have to go full.
Hey, you guys talk. I got to run a pee real quick.
All right.
Oh no, he's got the pee.
It's gonna take him 20 minutes to find.
It's gonna break the seal. I was gonna have to pee for 10 minutes.
But yeah, so hey, just do the water change to get the nutrients. I mean, the detritus out. That's about it. I really love bare bottom. A lot of people give me shit and say it doesn't look natural, but once your tank's full of coral, who's really looking at the bottom of it anyways?
Yeah, this will be my first bare bottom, and I like the look of it, even though it's getting covered in algae right now because it's only 3 months old. But yeah, it'll look nice. Kind of planning on doing some encrusting corals on the bottom, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I was going to do encrusting corals on the bottom too, and then I thought about what happens if they encrust over to a rock structure and then start going up that rock structure, and then I can't control them anymore. That's the only thing that prevented me from doing it. Now I have like the plate corals and the kids dropping shit. Plate corals and the Lobo. That's about it at the bottom.
Yeah, it's definitely nice. I like the bare bottom. It's going to be a cleaner look for sure.
Oh, the amount of flow that you can put in there is just awesome.
I know. I'm still playing with that. I've got 2 Nero 5s and a Max Spec Gyre going in it, and I still want more. It doesn't seem like enough.
Well, I just lost 2 of those PP20s. I killed those last 2 weeks ago, a week ago. So I killed both of those pumps. So I just lost 15,000 gallons per hour, and my tank's not exactly happy about it, but it's not dead. So it's on the list of things I got to fix.
You got a lot more stuff in the way too, so you kind of need the extra flow. Mine's just bare rock and nothing. So
yeah.
Still got a ways to go.
One thing that I have been doing lately is taking the power heads off like once a week and just going in there and blasting on top of some of these colonies. Like, for example, the plating red Monty, like detritus will sit in the middle of it and kind of flow down to the bottom, and it kills off whatever the detritus is sitting on because it doesn't get any light. So I go in there with the power heads and blow off all the corals. Bubble scrubbing is also pretty beneficial for that.
Yeah, it's probably like my favorite thing about those Nero pumps. You can just grab them and just go to town on your rock and put them right back.
Yeah. I haven't used one of those yet, and I haven't used a gyre yet either. I had a buddy that had them, and he said that they were shit, so I haven't touched them. I have already purchased MP10s. I have MP40s. I don't use them because of the horror stories of the inside rusting out.
Right. I see it all the time. That's what strayed me away from them.
And that's the only people are like, wait, just spend the money, get those. I'm like, dude, I already spent the money. the thought of it rusting out and not catching it in time, because I only do an ICP test once every 2 months. So if I was to put MP10s and stuff in my big tank, I would have to go ahead and do an ICP test at least once a month, if not more than that, to try to catch that rust before it kills the tank. Yep. So, it could just be me. I don't like taking those risks if it's not necessary. So
yeah, I don't blame you for sure. Yeah, the Neros aren't bad. The thing I hate about them, and everybody else complains about them, is you do get crap stuck in the back, like snails and stuff will get in there. It'll stop real quick. Leads.
What are they called?
The Nero 5s, the AIs.
Nero 5. I'm looking it up right now.
I heard the magnets aren't the best.
They work good on thinner glass, because I moved them from my 60 gallon to the 135, and the 135 has 1/2-inch glass, and they hang on there, but I can't use the pulse motor because when they pulse, they kind of twist and they'll torque right off the magnets and fall down.
And they're controlled with that one controller right there, right? How do you control the speeds or anything? I'm looking through.
I do it all through the Wi-Fi app.
Wi-Fi, yeah, okay, I see Wi-Fi. All right. Well, they don't make a big enough one for me, unfortunately, but it is a pretty cool looking pump.
They say it does like 3,500 gallons per hour, so I mean, it puts out a lot of water movement.
Yeah. That sucks though. I can't. It'd be cool. I could probably get away with putting one of them in. What do I get for wholesale? I'm not paying that fucking much money. Let me look this shit up. Okay, $250.
Yeah, they're a little pricey.
I mean, that's insane.
Wholesale. Okay, that's a little bit better, but no way, man. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty cool pump. I'll probably try one out just for the sake of trying it on one of the one of the grow out tanks. It's pretty low profile, right?
Yeah, they're pretty low profile.
They are actually. It's like almost competes with
hockey puck, basically a little smaller diameter.
Almost competes with like an MP because it's like so like short.
Yeah,
you're right, like a hockey puck. Yeah.
Oh, for that price, it's non-retail.
I mean, they're pretty pricey.
Yeah.
It's a nice pump. And it's nice you can put it right to the Wi-Fi. You don't need an extra box or dongle for it. It's all set up. It's just Bluetooth basically, and goes through your phone app.
Speaking of dongles, man, I got to buy another WXM module. I wish they expanded that module. It only holds 11 or 12 different items, something like that. I wish they'd expand that and have it just be unlimited. Now I got to go buy another one.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I wanted to ask you, Trav? Do you have a video on how to get or how to set up the to run Jabo through an Apex?
Yeah, I got 2 videos on that.
Do
yeah,
you?
Programming.
I know you have, like, you run it. That's cool. What's the module?
For the
to connect your Jabo pumps, yeah.
Well, you can connect 2 right now to your Apex base model. So basically you can connect 2 different Jabo to Apex adapters to your base Apex right now, and you can control 4 pumps just off of that. So you don't need to buy a module right now. Does that make sense? So you have 2 variable dimming ports on your Apex. You should. And then each one of those ports.
I have an EL, if that makes any difference. I think that's only the ORP probe, though, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I have to look because I know that they came standard with the old Apex and the new one I just bought that has 2 variable dimming ports. So either way, you buy the Apex to Jabo adapter, you connect the Cat5 to one of those variable dimming modules, and then you can connect 2 pumps to each one of those. So, but yeah, you can check it out. I have the whole program and all that shit on the
right, good.
Somewhere in there. I got playlists, but they're in there somewhere.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I thought about that. Like, do like a, yeah, I do too, but I don't care. I ORP doesn't interest me. Neither does pH.
Well, ORP, if you ever looked up the actual term, like what ORP stand for, I mean, you can go in and it's so complex that, I mean, to be honest, I don't even follow it because I don't care. Okay. I mean, it's not going to affect anything that I do. And those people that are like number crunching and, spazzing over what parameters or what their fluctuations are always bringing up ORP. I'm like, why are you even bringing it up? You probably don't know what it even is. So,
that's pH for me. I used to oh my God, I'm at 7.8. I got to get it up. I bought a scrubber. I was opening windows. I don't even care. I don't think I've ever tested my pH.
Well, I'll tell you right now, to be honest with you. pH, I do focus on pH. I have an alarm set for 7.8. It usually goes off every single night because even with the skimmer pulling in stuff from outside, the air, the giant, 2 pumps on that NIOS, I still end up getting down to about 7.8 and just right under.
Do you notice anything when it gets that low?
No, I've never noticed anything. I do notice honestly that coral growth is much better at like the 8.3. I have noticed that in the past, but the 300 has never seen 8.3. I think 8.15 is the highest, and that was in the middle of the summer when I had all the windows and doors open throughout the house. I'll be lucky if I hit 8. I'll stay at 8 pretty much regularly, but I won't really hit 8.1 ever. So
have you tried using a CO2 media for it? Like
no.
It's expensive, man. I tried it once, and it's just not worth it. The way you burn through it.
Well, I was gonna say I was going to, but I use the Quantum 300. It has those 2 big old pumps, and the amount of air that thing pulls in, I would kill that CO2 thing in probably overnight.
Yeah, I hooked CO2 up to my Red Sea and the 135, and it plowed through a whole cartridge in like 3 days.
Seriously, yep. That's when I was like, this is gonna work.
But it was during Christmas break, and everybody was home, and my pH just would not stay high. I mean, it was dropping.
Good thing I did buy that. Good thing I did buy that, though, to be honest with you, because one of my RODI things cracked when I was moving it, and I was like, I really needed top off water, and I had that. I just changed adapted it to the to the RODI, and it worked out fine. So that was the only thing that I got out of buying that CO2 scrubber.
Was just having the extra. Would you buy the BRS one
canister?
The canister.
Yep.
Yeah, you can just run.
I just had to change the white piece that connects to it.
Yeah, I've never tried it, but I've heard about people burning through the media and
like literally burning through it.
Yeah, and I'm at the point now where it's got to be simple. The setup has to be simple. I mean, all I run is a Refugium, carbon, and a protein skimmer. Man, I don't piss with anything else. I don't dose anything. I dose added supplements for like fuel and shit like that, but I'm not using like no pox or anything, no bio pellets, no nothing. I keep it as simple and natural as possible because that just means that's one less thing you have to figure out when something goes wrong. When something goes wrong, you start going through like, well, maybe this is causing it, and the less shit you have in the puzzle, less pieces, the less time it takes to figure out the puzzle.
Agree, because you try to figure out the puzzle and then you start adding shit, and then you're like, well, did that fix it? Did that not fix it? Did it make it worse?
Yeah. So
Straight Reefer says my pH is 8.4, sometimes 8.5. And I know BRS a while ago did a video on like elevated pH. Reefer, do you see any advantage to like a high pH like that?
Well, you have to understand that his pH is awful based off of the CO2 in the tank and how high his
Colorado.
I wonder how high his elk is to sit at 8.55. Because even if when I was sitting at 10 DKH when I was running my elk at that height with the windows open, everything on that 125, I got 8.35 was the highest that I ever got. I never saw anything higher than that. So I wonder what his alkalinity is. I'd be interested.
I saw 8.5 in my 60 gallon last summer when I was drawing in fresh air.
What was your elk at?
I was keeping it around 9.5.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And I saw some extra growth out of it, a little more elk consumption, but it wasn't like a huge noticeable difference in anything.
Yeah, see, his elk's is pretty high. Yeah, I mean, I'm even with my elk higher than yours. I never.
See, I can't even see that yet.
Yeah, I'm on the other screen. Yeah, I've never gotten into 8.5. You might want to consider recalibrating your pH probe.
Try to do it once a month on mine.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't calibrated mine forever. I should probably do that. Actually, I'm going to add that to my list of shit to do.
Mine will start getting wonky and it'll be like flat for like hours, and it's just like I know that ain't right. pH
recalibrate my pH probe because I got to do that.
Well, I can't right now.
Why not?
Because my Apex is not working properly.
Oh, bummer.
I have one more thing to do. One more trick to try from Travis, and if that doesn't work, then I'm sending it in.
So yeah, he was saying that he did recalibrate it a couple weeks ago. I'm telling you, it might be bugging, man, because at 9 point, I have to look at the chart. I used to have one that kind of dictated if you had 0 CO2 in your tank, which is almost impossible, and what your alkalinity is. This is what your pH should be. I used to have a graph like that back in the day. I don't see it being that high with 9.6 DKH. I would maybe recalibrate again and see. Your pH probe might just be on the fritz, but then again, it's just a pH probe. I mean, who really cares, honestly?
Right. Not me.
If it was a calcium reactor, that might be a pretty big issue, but should be fine.
I can't even remember what I keep my calcium reactor at. It's like 7 point something. Why does Travis's voice sound so sexy? I don't know.
These
Billy Pipes, come hang out, buddy.
Yeah, my voice is sexy, but the rest of me used to be until
you ain't stopped going to the gym, did you?
To be honest with you, freaking 2.5 years ago, the VA switched up my meds, and I went from like 190 freaking 6-pack all nice to like fucking roly-poly pumpkin poly. So I just gotta adjust my meds again and get back into it. It sucks. I've been dealing with that for years, man. It just fucking, they have to change it up because it's not the right one anymore, and just whatever. So process. Plus, it doesn't help that I really love to eat. So
yeah, right. So I started. I intermittent fasted a while ago, and I kept it at like a low carb, low cal, and I lost like 30 pounds in like 6 weeks. It was actually really quick, and I wasn't doing anything. So I'm back on not so much low cal, low carb, especially since I'm drinking a few beers right now. But like,
the last time I saw you was what, 2 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, 3 years ago.
I don't know. Yeah. I'd have to really think about it.
The last time I saw you, I was doing
you were in shape for sure.
I was doing intermittent fasting and keto, getting ready for that competition, and I was I would recarb up every Sunday. We'd like go and have like some carbs and stuff, but I was losing like 6 pounds a week. It was getting like too ridiculous. But then I did really, really well on that. But it's a rough way to live, especially if you have kids.
Keto's tough. Yeah, keto's real tough.
Kids, man, that sucks. Because they're like, yo, give me some sandwiches. I'm like, I really want a sandwich. So
yeah, right.
It sucks.
Keto, it was
bread's the hardest. Bread's definitely the hardest. I'd rather have like a steak and cheese than like a steak, or like I'd rather have like a chicken sandwich than like a nice piece of grilled chicken.
It's tough. That's the hardest part about carbs, man. It just
so my diet now is pretty much whatever I could fit in my mouth. So
that's called the holiday diet.
That's why you 3D print.
It's called, man, I love it. No, it's called, let's go get a $30 ice cream cake just because it's Friday.
And eat all of it.
And then be on the toilet the next day because you're lactose intolerant. Fucking right, man.
But damn, was it good.
And my doctor's like, yeah, man, your cholesterol's a little high. I'm like, yeah, it's probably because I ate 3 cheeseburgers yesterday. So yeah.
With I'm gonna view on YouTube. My like comments are
so no, but on a serious note, yeah, I am getting healthier. I just gotta do it. That's it. Just one of those things you gotta do. It's not that difficult.
I'm way behind.
I'm looking at comments here.
Yeah, I'm way behind on it.
Insulated air consumes the windows.
Billy says he's gaming. He's playing.
He's playing that game on his phone.
Yeah, mobile. He is too.
Poor people play on mobiles because they can't afford a nice computer.
I know, right?
I'm over here.
That's one of my next purchases.
My phone game. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with a phone game?
It's so cool, dude.
That's one of my next purchases, to either buy a used like gaming computer or just like build one. But I feel like buying a used one may be the cheaper.
I don't think so, because you're gonna get something that's not up to date, and then you're gonna end up basically. You're still going to pay decent money. I mean, they're not going to. It's not like fish tanks where the retail it goes down. You buy a light one day, you lose half the retail the next day. It's not like that on the computer stuff. So
people online selling them.
Well, that's what they think. We all have fucking pipe dreams. So yeah. There's that guy with a 30-gallon all-in-one. Like, yo, man, I spent $700 on this. I'm like, yo, you're going to get about 30. And
check this light out. It's 2 years old. I want $400 for it.
Yeah. Does it? You're going to deliver it to my house and hook it up for me, and I'm still not giving you $400.
Yep.
But yeah, so you might just be easier to go to newegg.com, man. That's where I bought all the stuff to build my computer, and I built
Newegg.
Egg.com.
Okay.
And you can even, you can buy one of their pre-built systems for relatively cheap. I built my own here. It's good enough. I can play. I mean, I only play like WoW and shit like that. I don't play anything high-end graphics.
You do play WoW. I just want to play. To be honest with you, I want to play Diablo 2 from like back in my computer days.
Oh, you can do that on
my
Windows.
Roommate, yeah. Well, I have a 17 MacBook Pro, and I looked at all the forums. You can't play on a MacBook.
Let's catch up on some of these comments here. Let me see. I think we missed it. I'm going up.
Straight Reefer was talking about his pH. He said, "Could it be because my house is poorly insulated? Air comes in from most of the windows." I mean, that
I don't. Like I said, man, I just don't. I think your pH probe is just off, man. I've had the same alkalinity and higher with the windows open all damn day long and the summer breeze going through, and I've just never seen 8.55. It could very well be that it's just your situation, but then again, it's just pH. It's not a huge deal. I mean, it's not like you're
like 8.7 or something. It might
be
but.
or even on the opposite spectrum, you're at like 7.6. Yeah, that might be a problem, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. Definitely don't overthink it. That's for sure.
Yeah. A lot of people say don't chase pH. So
yeah, don't do that. I'm looking down here. I've never been officially pregnant, but I look pregnant.
That's how I feel.
Right. That's all right. I mean, somebody will still fuck you. I mean, whatever. Let's see here. I'm trying to scroll to see if I missed anything.
Yeah, I'm not the most I've ever weighed, but 233. I moved up to Massachusetts 7 years ago at like 178, and then I just got a desk job selling cars, and here I am, like
You're
60
6 foot,
pounds.
right?
Yeah, 6 foot. I mean, barefoot, 5'11" and a half, I guess.
Well, I'm 5'8" at 225, but I'm built like a brick shit house, so I got a different body than you. But that gut, though, I like the gut because you just plop on the ass, man.
How many you got now? Like 6 of them?
I got 4 kids, man. I got 4 boys.
Ooh, 4 boys. That's rough.
Yeah, they're basically
4
just
girls.
Clones of me that break shit all day. That's about it.
Right.
I got even 2 and 2, so
I've always wanted a girl, but I was like, man, I ain't trying to get in because I don't know. I can't afford to feed this many mouths.
You have to get a 17,000 gallon system to afford that.
Man, they just pour slop in
worse when they get older.
Yeah.
3 teenagers in the house, all they do is eat.
They're also going to work. No.
But, my last comment on my app, or not my app, the actual stream was at 9:34.
Yeah, that's why I'm over onto the actual
I am
stream.
too.
It's not coming up over there for me. So I am going to look at those barrel pumps. I'm going to get one of those.
Add Billy. Billy, come in. Billy has one. He could speak on it.
I will be right back. Gonna go get something to drink.
Lazy Reefer says, that's fine. I'll see you in a bit. Lazy Reefer says, I can't even go in and click it. Lazy Reefer says, how often do you guys completely disassemble and clean your skimmer? You're about to get Travis started.
It depends on what type of skimmer you have. My Nios Quantum 300, I haven't cleaned it in 2 years.
That is surprising.
Because that thing's a beast. No, I love that skimmer. Worth every single penny. I mean, I love it so much. I really do. And you add that automatic skimmer swabby with the 5-gallon collection bin. Psst, best thing in the world. Best thing. But for normal people, you want to clean it every 6 months. That's what you want to do. Or
Mine's
1
not
year.
Even running right now. I turned mine off because of the color, Michael. I turned mine off.
Yeah. Yeah. So a normal, if you don't have something that's super high end or something that just is capable of staying clean because it's in a particular section of your skimmer. Like for me, my skimmer doesn't see anything unless it goes through the filter sock. So it's not like I have actual fish shit going directly into it. So it depends on where it is in the sump. But usually most people clean it every 6 months. I have to clean mine because I turn it off and on several times throughout the day. Like when I'm recording videos and stuff, of course, it gets turned off. When I feed the fish, it gets turned off. And right now, one of the pumps takes a little bit longer for it to kick back on. So that's just like, hey, man, you should come in and clean me. So I got to do that soon. So I got to do a review on that too.
I cleaned my pump for the first time in a while the other day, probably like a week ago.
What, for the skimmer?
No, just a wave maker, actually. Oh. I might. So actually, hey, I don't know if you're aware. My DC, what was it, a 6,000 that you had on a 125? Finally shit the bed a few months ago, and luckily I had, dude, that ran forever. And I bet I could like take it apart and really mess with it, but I was like kind of like at a frantic mode, and I'm making a video for Billy Pipes' thing. I won a I don't even know what I want. What is a Vectra S1? I think is what it is.
All right.
And so I just plumbed it straight, and I want to put in a manifold like you used to have, at least a one port manifold. Obviously, in the future I may want two, just for one single reactor. Yeah, that's all I want, just to throw some carbon in there sometimes, geofo sometimes.
Make the manifold and then just add 3 outlets with ball valves and leave it at that, because you have one that you'll need eventually, and then you have 2 just in case. You don't have to rebuild it later. I always tell people to put 2 extra than what you're actually going to use.
We only put 1 when you were there.
Yeah,
and that was fine. Yeah. I mean, there was other stuff that I thought about, but 1 is fine. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know what I would even want to run.
We did 1 because we were limited on the space that we had on each. Yeah, and time. It was pretty rough. So,
it was.
A couple of my clients now, I just give them extra because it's like, hey, if we're going to add something down the road, I don't have to come in here and tear the shit apart. So
seriously,
that's better safe than sorry. This guy says, I've been addicted to making peppermint mocha lattes, consistent hot cocoa. Huh? It's interesting.
Yeah,
as long as you're not getting them from Starbucks.
Right.
Yeah, I've been getting a fruity coffee lately.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
I don't 3D print, bro. Not like you, anyway.
Yeah, but you're not 3D printing dildos, though. So that's a manly thing to do, man. I give him Christmas gifts.
But actually, since his diet, I'm trying to stop that. Actually, I'm just going black. Never go back. You know what I'm saying?
I've been drinking a lot of tea lately. I don't know why. I've just been kind of digging this.
You're calling me a queer.
Hey, well, I didn't say you were.
What's wrong with tea?
I've been drinking.
Sorry, I'm gonna get a strike from YouTube.
You probably will, actually. And then they'll be coming over like, yo, Fisher Heck said it. He instigated it, and they'll give me a strike just for the sake of fucking strike by association. But no, I've been drinking a lot of tea lately. Non-caffeinated tea, because caffeine sends me through the roof. But I don't know, it just kind of chills me out. Just kind of, keeps me going. And it tastes better than just regular coffee. Because when I drink coffee, it's like, oh, is that 10 tablespoons of sugar? Yep. And yeah, that's half a cup of creamer. So, I'm one of those guys.
Yeah, I do coffee. I got to load it up with creamer and sugar.
Yeah, black. No, I don't do black. I used to drink black when I was doing keto and I was on all that stuff because, I had no life. Basically, my whole life was just getting fit and fucking bitches. And you can only do that for so long. And I'm glad I grew out of that. I'd probably have fucking...
I probably have a few more kids.
17 of them. Yeah, dude.
About 6 more STDs than I already got. So I'm just kidding. Yeah, someone's going to cut this, right? They're going to go back and like, oh, Travis admitted he had STDs, and it's going to be all over. Oh, God. But
that's admitted. He's got all these illegitimate children out there.
He's got like 30 of them. No.
That's funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, we're just going to use Mike Lemon's live stream as black.
I'm blaming it all on you, bro.
I don't care. I think I've built up the reputation here on the internet that I don't really give a fuck.
Me too.
Well, no.
I'm trying to rebuild my reputation. It seems like it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I think I'm done with is like editing videos, doing voiceovers. It's not me, dude. When I do a voiceover, that shit ain't me. It's just like me, like thinking how I should sound proper.
So I have to do voiceovers for some content. I have to.
Yeah, I get it.
You have to, because if you don't, there's only so much you can edit, right? So if I in quick videos, I'm okay with just recording and talking. But if there's something serious I want to talk about, I want to make sure I get all my points across. I write it out on an outline, and I have to go through. And Travis needs to quarantine himself. That's fucked up. That'll be my next meme. Me in a picture, like, yeah, but no, me, I'm here. Yeah, so I have to do voiceovers on certain content because I want to make sure I get all the information out. When I'm just rambling and talking throughout the fish room, after I listen to the video, I'm like,
those are the good ones.
But yeah, I mean, it's good because it's a lot easier, but if I want to help people, I got to make sure I provide all the information, and the only way I can do that is if I do an outline. So,
but like even like update videos to me, I like getting on, showing tanks, showing a nice video, and I start noticing in other people's videos when they do that, it's just like not you, like it's just like a robot talking.
Well, when you try to structure it more with a
pussy
voiceover.
robot, yeah.
You can tell when someone's not using their real voice either. That drives me nuts, especially when you're watching some YouTube channels. And they're just like, you know them in real life and you've heard their voice, and then you hear them try to talk, especially females and stuff, and you hear them try to talk on the camera. They're all like this really high pitched, like, hi, how are you doing today? Hi, I just had a cockroach. I know. So I hate that. So, it is what it is.
I think but what I'm getting at is I think I might just go back to a straight point and shoot.
Don't do it.
Those are fun.
See, my problem with doing voiceovers, the house is too loud, man. I can't get the kids and stuff to be quiet.
Oh, we have quiet time around this motherfucker. We have quiet time. It is 3 floors up. Oh, yeah. I'm like, yo, listen, this time, I don't want to hear a damn word, and you're not lout on the first floor. Get up there.
How many times I got to edit out me yelling, like, hey, shut the fuck up.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my 4-year-old likes dropping F-bombs, so that's what I need, a 4-year-old in the background. You know what he does? What was that movie? Oh my god! It's somebody goes like "fuck off." I forgot what it was, but he runs around the house fucking saying it. I'm like, dude, no, don't do that. Oh, and
dude, so I was driving down the pike the other day, and I knew I had snow on top, and I was just like kind of late. I said, "Fuck it." We were on our way to New Year's, and it wasn't snow, but it was like, I'm sure you got it, Travis. It was like freezing rain, but it was like fluffy. I don't know. It wasn't like ice. Anyway, I'm driving, and I heard it come off the roof of the car, whoosh, and it's tumbling. You could hear it come off the car, and then I was like, this guy started coming up fast on me, and I look over, and he's throwing the middle finger at me. 12 seconds later, my daughter looks at me, and she's like throwing up the middle finger, like, Dad, why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Like,
he's just saying hi.
Yeah, you know what I said is he's telling me I'm number one, babe.
Number one. She's done it to everybody. She's doing it to everybody. My dad said this is number one.
Right. You're number one, little Billy.
All pissy some snow hit his car.
That's one of the really good things about this hobby too, is bringing your kids into it and seeing like their faces glow. Because the kids honestly don't come down here and see the 300 very often. It's every once in a while, and as soon as they come down, they're like, "Ooh, blue fish," and they just have a great time with it. But that's one of the really good parts about the hobby, is being able to have your kids be a part of it, not in your sump and breaking your shit, but being a part of enjoying the tank.
Yeah, then they get older and all they want to do is play video games.
And then they get older, he says.
Yep. My youngest is 7, and he's more interested in playing Battlefront 2 than my fish tank, but it's all right.
Take that Battlefront away, man. But listen.
Yeah, but I like playing Battlefront 2 as well.
Well, how you think we know why he likes it then?
I know.
Where'd Calypso go? He just said, "Here's my tank. Check it out, guys."
Yeah, I think so. Oh, maybe he had to go drop a deuce.
That's funny. When I was getting up and walk away, Reef Keeper, I heard you say he's about to go break the seal. Yep. You were exactly right. It's coming. It's coming real soon.
My 2-year-old is obsessed with
finding pods in my sump. That's something I've been thinking about doing. Did you ever see your tank of pods, Trav?
There was somebody who sent me some a while ago to try out. Other than that, no, I haven't really. No, I never really did it. I mean, they come in on corals and shit, but I saw a video the other day. Someone had brine shrimp in their sump. In their sump?
But that was kind of cool. Yeah,
it's like a brackish. You grow them in brackish water, don't you?
Yeah,
they were in their sump.
Those in the sump.
Couldn't tell you.
Tore up going through that freaking return.
I don't know, but there was these little tiny little shrimps bouncing around his sump, dude. It was cool.
Might be pods. It might. It could be that. I mean, I don't think brine shrimp's going to survive in the sump. not with brackets like that. I mean, they might for a little while. Okay, so if you saw it, then it must be true. I forgot. Yeah. If Mike saw it,
laid my 2 eyes on it. I really did. It's probably today. Might have been today, maybe yesterday.
Could have been a month ago. Whatever.
No, it was yesterday or today, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, I've dosed them a couple times. It was Mike's Fido, I think, who sent me some, and it was cool. Yeah, I poured them in. It was good to go. The fish, I did it at night, but it seemed like the fish went fin crazy on them and ate them all real quick. But no, that's funny. I've had people send me this questions from the website. Is I take such macro pictures that you can see the pods on the corals and on the frag plugs, and people are like, "Yo, what is this? Is this a bug? What is this thing?" I'm like, "Listen, bro, it's just a pod. Calm the fuck down."
Right.
Do I seem like the person's going to take a picture of a coral with even if I had pests and it had something on there, and I'm going to put that online? That would be it wouldn't make any sense, right? So yeah, but I've dosed them one time in what was it, 2 years now? No, year and a half, something like that. And I don't know, I didn't really see any difference between dosing them, but they seem, they're in the tank.
I don't really have any. You know what I do have is I don't, because maybe because I don't have wrasses or anything. I got these little I don't know how to say it. I mean, I do, but it's weird. So imagine like a boogie board, the shape of a boogie board, but the bottom here. Put me up on the screen. So boogie board coming down, but the bottom of it has like a triangle in the bottom of it. So it's like boop boop like that. It kind of looks like I don't know. It's like a boogie board. It's exactly what it looks like with a triangle taken out of the bottom. But they're a bunch of little tiny little white ones. There's not a shit ton, but like they're there. And I clean off the glass. I don't see them for a few days, and then they pop it again. I don't know if that's anything to be worried about, or if it's
crawling around, or are they like a flatworm kind of walking?
They're just sitting on my glass. I don't really see them move.
I'm not really good with the boogie board reference. I guess you have to be a hipster for that, right?
It's kind of like boom, boom.
Yeah, it looks like a flatworm body to me.
It could be.
If it's on the glass, is it clear, white, red?
White.
And it's small, really, really small, and it has
really
small. Okay, yeah, it sounds like a flatworm.
All right, so if I had something to write that down, I would, but I don't.
Hopefully they're good flatworms.
I mean, yeah, there's good flatworms. Yeah, there's good flatworms. The clear white ones are the good ones from what I know. For the most part, yeah. The really small clear ones are good. People still freak out about them, but it's the red ones that are the bigger ones that are no-go.
Like I said, I don't see anything. I mean, I have a couple of problem corals, but everything else seems fine. I mean, like I was telling you about earlier about me, I think is my nutrients, why I don't have much color. I have a couple corals that are like damn near white, but their polyps are out. Like they're fluffy and they're just white.
I'd still dose nitrates and phosphates.
I'm not saying, I know, that's what I'm saying. Once I think once I get fish in my tank and I'm feeding regularly and they're pooping regularly,
get some nutrients up.
Yeah, I will.
Try some aminos too. Might help them color up just a bit.
I think I'm going to buy nitrate and phosphate from Travis.
We got a question here. Can I ask for opinion on algae scrubber versus big refugium? I'm ready and plan for a large refugium for my tank, but I want to know if I'm wasting my time and should I get a scrubber? Well, don't buy the scrubber from 302 Aquatics. No, listen. Serious note. It depends on what you want to do.
Is that the company that went under with no?
I don't want to talk about it. That guy.
Yeah, I saw your video.
Driving me nuts. Basically, using my name to make money and just.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, whatever.
Should have put it in the subject line.
So, but anyways, when it comes to the difference, I'm a big fan of the refugiums. I love it.
Me too.
The ability to pull out the macroalgae whenever it gets full. You don't have to go in there and scrub anything. You can put some sand in there, a deep sand bed. You can have other critters. You can use it for a timeout zone when a fish is being a dickhead. You can throw them in there, and it's just really nice to have a refugium. A scrubber, on the other hand, is just. I feel like there's more moving parts. You have to do more maintenance.
First off, you have to do something about it. Refugium, you don't.
Yeah, I mean it's personal preference. I'm a refugium guy. I'm going to always be that way.
And the cool thing about refugium is you can like do different stuff with it. You can make it a nice looking refugium if you want to.
Oh yeah, I mean you can do all cool stuff in there. I don't really do mangroves because they don't grow fast enough to justify keeping them. They're cool to look at, but they don't do anything.
I don't think I'll ever.
Then if the leaves fall in the tank, you got to make sure you get the leaves out before they rot.
Squirt? Oh, you got to spray them and stuff. I'm not down for that.
How deep would you have the Refuge sandbed? Deep sandbed is usually between 6 to 9 inches, something like that.
Yeah, where you been, man? We talked about this earlier.
That's what she said. No, but usually I stick around the 6-inch mark when it comes to the deep sandbeds and the refugiums, and that's what I have in the 300 right now. And it's basically I just need to put sand somewhere in the tank. The sand does help with breaking down the nitrates into nitrogen gas. It does help with that. It's not a very quick process. Your rock does the same thing, like deep inside, but man, I'm just using all sorts of references.
I know, dude. Chill out, bro. I'm gonna get a strike, man. Just for you talking.
I've been watching The Office, dude, and every time I say something inappropriate, that's what she said, and it drives me nuts. And I can't even go through the day without saying it.
At least once a day.
I gotta go cold turkey. I gotta go cold turkey on that fucking show.
It's so good.
It's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, go 6 to 8 inches on the deep sand bed. Macroalgae, and I've been using the Reef Bright mixture. I think it's the 10K 3500 lights or 5K 3500K. Those Reef Bright LEDs are smoking, and if you don't want to spend the money on that, get the 5K bulbs from Home Depot. Those work really well. So yeah.
Here, Travis. You think a 33-gallon Refugium is large enough for a 300-gallon system?
Well, I have a 500-gallon system, and I have less than a 30-gallon Refugium.
Yeah, I would say yes.
I don't use that. Refugium isn't going to be your primary source of nutrient reduction. You're going to have a powerful skimmer, at least rated for double your water volume, and you're going to want to have a good water change schedule, and of course keep control of your nutrients, all sorts of shit you normally would. Don't expect the Refugium to be make it or break it when it comes to controlling your nutrients. It is there. It's going to help. It is going to help with pH. And if you start using a calcium reactor, you can dump your influent into the Refugium, which is really nice for pH. So size does matter when it comes to here we go again.
Come on, Travis. Strike 7.
When it goes to the Refugium, bigger is better, but you could still get her off with a small one. You know what you're doing.
Just go with
There we go. There we go. I am done. That is it. I'm good. I just took a Refugium and converted it to a sexual reference. I am done.
Jesus. Screw yourself.
That's great.
Marcus says, your thoughts on Miracle Mud? He says anything with the word miracle is probably not worth using.
But I have heard of people doing really well. So one thing is, I tell people this all the time. Just because it works for me doesn't mean it doesn't work for somebody else. So just do your research, see how many people are being successful with it, kind of get a general idea, and then go, make your decision based off of that. Don't just totally rely on what I'm saying or what Mike's. Definitely don't rely on what Mike's saying, but just in general, don't.
I don't know. I got SPS that are alive, so just saying.
Yeah, mine were alive too when I first started out, and then for a couple days.
It's a big thing for me. Okay, it's a big thing for me. Don't.
You are growing SPS.
Shit on my parade.
Doing pretty good. Thoughts on display style Refugium versus Chaeto? Well, one thing you need to realize is display type of macroalgae grows relatively slow. If you want to use a Refugium for a source of nutrient reduction, you're going to want to use something that grows fast like Caulerpa if you're not on a coastal state, and you're going to want to use Chaeto as well. Quick note, Caulerpa is not something you want to be rocking with on coastal states unless you're going to dump it out back and not let it get into the water source because that can
because it's illegal, correct?
It is. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's illegal to have it.
It's illegal in different states to have it though, to grow it.
I know it's illegal to ship it there if it's a coastal state. That's why I don't sell it anymore. And but Chaeto is usually your best bet, man. And plus, you can sell that stuff. You can bring it to the store, your local fish store, for credit. I mean, you can do everything with Chaeto.
Once you go Chaeto, never go back.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I've had Miracle Mud. Seems to be a waste of money. Should have just used sand. Yeah, I just use the what is it called? What's sand?
Aragonite.
Is it Aragonite? It's A something. I'm pretty. But yeah, I use quite a bit of that, and it works out well. Just don't have a ton of flow in the Refugium. You don't really have to clean a Refugium very often, unless your Refugium is like the first chamber with no filter socks and all the stuff in your tank is dumping into it. I had that on my first build. Then you might have to clean the Refugium detritus, but other than that, it stays pretty clean. I'm gonna burp. Turn off my mic real quick. It's a loud one.
Play.
Oh, this one's play. Yeah, it's a loud one. I'm over here.
People burp so much and don't even drink beers. I got a couple friends like that. Just burping all the time, drinking no water.
Hot air, I guess.
Well,
like
I love beer, but I gotta cut it out, man. It's full carbs.
Yeah, that's why I kind of.
Something that I drink that actually helps my stomach a lot is I drink like, so I have a 24-ounce thing here of water. I put in 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and 3 tablespoons of like stevia or something, and that really, like, if you have indigestion or heartburn or anything like that in your stomach, it really helps chill it out, definitely. So I sip on it.
What was that again?
I have a
I have a 20 for everything.
I have a 24-ounce container here of water. I put in 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and 3 tablespoons of like stevia or some kind of sweetener.
So when I was at the bar one time, I had heartburn so bad, and the bartender was like, "Here, take a shot of vinegar." And I was like, "What the hell do you mean? That's like fire with fire," and it totally worked.
Yeah. So I drink apple cider vinegar.
Terrible.
It's good for indigestion, all sorts of stuff. It's just, and apple cider vinegar is actually really good for you in general. But I do it probably once every other day, something like that. Just 24 ounces, and it's good to go. It's probably
I was doing lemon water for a while, and it really helped. I felt healthier. I felt like I had more energy, but it made my teeth brittle. I chipped my tooth like a tiny little guard.
Lemon water?
Yeah. So if you guys have any more questions, I'm probably going to stick around for about another 20 minutes or so. If you guys want to have any more questions, just throw that stuff in there now.
We're at 10:05. I got to work at 8:30, so I'm not going to stay all night. But
I'm good till 10:30
for a little bit.
So.
Yep, me too. Works for me.
Heartburn when I was pregnant. Yeah, they were saying apple cider vinegar. Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, you got to get used to the taste, but that's why I put the stevia in there. It kind of just makes
it like pickles. If you're like me, you like pickles, banana peppers, all that stuff, it's not that bad.
I mean, I can eat pickles, but I start sweating.
But you eat them whole. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, I take them straight down, dude. If I can just choke them. Fucking asshole. Okay, next question. Is it true? Is it true that Red Sea Foundation's A, calcium, B, ALK, and C mag are not meant to be dosed in equal amounts? I've been asked this a couple times. I have never looked that up. I cannot give you the answer. But the rule of thumb when it comes to dosing 2-part calcium alkalinity, it should be in equal parts. And I would think a company that is trying to sell that product would want to base it off of dosing equal parts. I mean, it would make sense to do that because that's what, that's standard knowledge or known to be knowledge. Because, calcium reactor, when corals are taking up stuff, you're breaking down corals with the CO2, you're releasing equal parts calcium, alkalinity, trace elements, all that good stuff. And the tank is using it up evenly. That's why it's successful. Same thing with kalkwasser. It's equal. So I would think that it's meant to be dosed equally, but don't quote me on it because I never looked it up. Sorry, I can't give you the right answer.
I don't know, man.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's good. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you.
On the panel.
I don't know about dosing the magnesium though of it. I mean,
no. Well, no.
Mag, but...
Yeah, mag is dosing mag has always been based off of what my tank is currently at because it doesn't fluctuate very quickly unless you get a bad batch of salt and that just goes to 2,000 in one day. But I always test it. Try to test it once a month and then make any adjustments that I need to. For the 300, I just throw more mag chips in the reactor and call it a day. So,
so
nice. I actually pulled the
dissolve.
Yeah, it dissolves over time, like the calcium reactor media. I think it's a percentage. Like, I think
which media?
I use Zeomag or not Zeomag. I use what is the other one? Shit, can I see it from here?
It's probably the one that I have. I don't have Zeomag either.
It's not Zeomag. It's the other one. Roa. No, I don't fucking know. It's not the expensive one. It's the big chunky white one, round circles, whatever. But I use that. I just test once a month, and then if my mag isn't quite where I want it to be, I'll throw like a handful of chips in there when I top off my reactor because I'm burning like freaking 6 to 8 inches of media in that reactor every month.
I haven't touched my reactor media since I set it up in like 7 months, 6 months, something like that.
Yeah. And the thing is I try to get it done every month. If I wait 2 months without emptying it, it gets like halfway down the chamber. And then my water parameters are all wacky because there's not enough media in the reactor to keep it stable. So, it's one of those things. Reamag, yeah.
Is that what? I don't know.
Yeah, that's there. It is, man. There you go.
I have to go to
Anyways,
I don't know what I bought, to be honest with you. I have no idea. No idea what I bought.
Hey, the fact that we still have 37
magnesium, though, that's all we need. Yeah, appreciate you, Travis. Appreciate you coming. Appreciate you throwing.
Well, I don't know what you normally have. I haven't never been to one of your lives.
Like 22 to 25 is like a really good stream.
That's cool.
I mean, this is only week 3. I skipped last week because I was in Florida. But
I don't mind. I don't mind coming and hanging out with you for a while. I mean, as long as I can do it, I'm cool with it. I don't mind. I just
more than welcome every week.
I don't have the ability to start my own right now. I mean, I can, but I'm gonna wait things settle down a little bit here.
It's fine. I'll just start putting your name in the subject line.
Just to join.
Yeah, I can do that.
I need to get up to 240,000 watch time minutes, so it'll be like Fish of Hex dash the Friday Night
so
Saltwater
you need
Shindig.
how many? What to get paid? You need how many minutes?
240,000 the last 365. I need like 70.
In 365 days, you need that many?
Yeah.
Jesus. Bro, dude,
So I'm over that, but like I took like a year off, so that really screwed me up. So now I'm like trying to catch back up.
Is that what they changed it to?
Yeah, man. It used to be just 1,000.
You gotta start doing more content, man.
Yeah, I agree. But it's the hard part about it is like a lot of people watch how-tos and DIYs, and I'm the guy watching how-tos and DIYs, you know. So it's like, what am I going to throw an update up there every week? Like,
yeah, I always wondered, like, people who are just starting out. I tell people who are just starting YouTube channels, don't try to be like somebody else. Like, if a lot of people, I've seen people make content around stuff that I've done and try to have a similar personality. Be yourself, because people are going to see right through that shit. And if you don't have the ability to teach people because maybe you don't know enough and you're just kind of starting out, then just simply make content that works around what fits your knowledge.
That's me.
Because if you ever try to be anything that you're not on a platform like this, you're going to get eaten alive.
Yeah, I don't want to give false information. That's for sure. I mean, I know a little bit. I mean, like, you know, you talk to people that aren't in the fish tank hobby, and it's like I'm fucking reef god. But I mean, I know enough to keep a fish tank, I guess.
For me, it's more like sharing the personal experience is what I've learned, and you know,
says the guy who just put how to change your fucking tubing video. Yeah, get out of here. Calling you out.
Well, that's how I started. Just sharing
throwing shit up there. You know, figured out how to do that. Works pretty good.
Yeah, and the thing is with YouTube is it takes time, like consistent time. I'm going on 4 years now, and I mean that's 3 videos a week almost.
Yeah, but you got a lot of videos.
Yeah, I got like 550 videos in that time. So yeah, you got to think about it. I mean, it takes a lot of time, but all of that is paid off now. And you know, I know that it's not going to last forever. I'm not going to be here forever. I know that, you know, anything could happen. I could run into a health issue or something comes up with my family and I can't make content, or the tank dies or whatever. You know, I'm enjoying it now. Help as many people as I possibly can. And, you know, when I'm not here, my videos will still live on, you know, so
they'll live on forever.
Yeah.
Except for mine too, except for the ones that I made private.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them. Live streams anyway.
So yeah, it's
so he wants to touch on this again. Seal broke a minute ago, so I'm gonna run outside real quick. But you can answer this, Travis. You can go over it again if you want. I'll be right back.
What's the question? I missed it.
Alan R. Jackson.
Trying to find
so
it.
This
is what are thoughts on algae scrubbers worth the cost?
I'll be right back.
It is. Algae scrubbers are great if you want to take care of it, if it's your forte. I know they seem pretty expensive for what you're getting. Just an acrylic box with see-through lenses and a light. It just seems pretty excessive for what you're getting. But if it fits your situation, you can't have a big refugium or something. You know, if you can only force to a small refugium, or you have a DIY sump and don't have one, then yeah, an algae scrubber would be great. But for me personally, I'm a refugium guy. Just going to be
like that. That DIY one, I was just literally watching the video on that you had on the 125. Did that work out pretty well for you?
Yeah. Oh, it did. But I was also running it along with in the beginning with a refugium. So I took the refugium offline. It was kind of a testing. It did grow. It worked out pretty well. The only problem was it was a pain in the ass to clean. And
that's what I've seen watching people just try to scrape them off with knives and all kinds of stuff. And
the thing is, I couldn't get enough light on it. Like I had that one bulb, and then I changed bulbs, went to a different route. I just couldn't get enough light on both sides. So in the long run, it didn't work out. But it was, you know, that tank was DIY, so that's the purpose of it, was to try and see how those things worked out. But if I was to do it again, I would definitely do something different. But I'm so set on refugiums now, and unfortunately, because everything here with the business and all that stuff is all one system, I can't afford to go and do DIY projects to see if something is going to work.
Start monkeying with stuff.
Yeah, you can't at this point. Yeah, at this point, I can't do that. I might just set up another tank for the sake of being able to piss around. But
get a whole separate setup just for DIY stuff and see what you can come up with.
Yeah, see what I could do. I mean, I could try to do. I don't really have much room down here anymore. But yeah, so unfortunately I can't really do that, but it is what it is, and it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, because DIY is a trip. I love doing it, but yeah, you're right. It's not worth ruining a whole system over something stupid.
Yeah. It's hard to explain. I feel like when I went this route and went with custom aquariums and went with Geo and got some of this higher end stuff, I felt like I alienated myself away from my beginner, like my subscriber base, because people are always giving me shit and buying all this higher end stuff. But the reason behind that was because this is what I wanted to do, and I needed to ultimately set myself up for success, and that's why I decided to spend the money and get the Radions and get the good tank like that and buy the good sump that I could expand off of and add more tanks to and stuff. So the only downside is I just wish I had the 125 still, and I still had that tank, because it would be nice just to go over and be like, hey, today I'm gonna make this type of divider, or this maybe I'm gonna try to build my own skimmer or something, and it'd be nice to be able to try and see how it works and not take the risk and kill off everything.
Well, I think it's too, where you're at with all the expensive equipment. I mean, that's kind of where everybody wants to go eventually. If everybody could afford it, they'd all have full apexes and all the high end pumps and everything else. But DIY is a beginning point for a lot of people, so jump into it's a lot cheaper to do DIY.
Oh, hell yeah. That's the best thing to do. Like that 125, I mean, I bought the tank, I drilled it myself, I bought the overflow, but then I built the sump out of a 55 gallon I picked up from Home Depot. From Petco. I got the
selling tanks now.
Yeah, I got the baffles from Home Depot with the glass, but it was just so nice to be able to build it myself and just see it come together. And then once you build it, you not only you get the accomplishment of actually building it, but then you get to see coral grow in something that you built. Right. It's like giving birth to your own tank, I suppose.
Like, I made this, look what I did.
Yeah.
It's like, some of my favorite parts of doing a build is just putting it together, doing plumbing and doing all that stuff. It's like, it's fun. But my problem with that is then I want to tinker with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to keep at it.
Tinkering is fun, but like I said, at this point I can't tinker. And I feel like I'm not getting the audience that I'm looking for, because my background is I love DIY, but I can't.
You get to a point,
yeah. So it's you never know what the future will hold. So maybe something will happen.
True. Plus, you always got Joey. He's always doing DIY everything. So
Joey,
King of DIY.
Oh yeah, I don't watch him. I'm sorry. No. Personality doesn't go with me. I mean, he seems like a nice guy. I definitely watched some of his stuff early on when I was doing like planted tanks and stuff. He was just seeing kind of his arm. What's that big fish he had? Oh my god,
Arowana.
Yeah, really loved those. That was great. But now I'll be honest with you. I want to watch more channels. I want to watch stuff. I don't have the time. I know it sounds really weird and I guess selfish, but there's a lot of channels I want to watch. Like I keep up on stuff. Like I snag into like Billy's. I check out. I
think you watch my stuff in the background, but never comment.
Yeah, I watch stuff. I watch until you start going off on something dumb. I'm like, I can't listen to this guy.
He's a stalker.
No,
background creeping.
I do creep. I do creep on some.
I know you do. I hope you do anyway.
Just to see what kind of.
I watch all yours, unless it's something I don't give a shit about.
There are some people
like how to clean a pump.
In our community, it's hard to explain. Like there's some people in our community that I watch for the same reason that I watch Jerry Springer, just so I can end it and feel better about myself. So there's just a couple people in this community that the only reason why I watch them is
it's just all about drama. This whole YouTube community is about drama. I guarantee there's gonna be people talking about, you see fucking Mike Lemming with Travis from Fetch a Hex on his channel. What the fuck?
Yep.
But the thing is you guys will hear it, but I'll never hear it. That's the thing.
I won't hear it either.
So,
but I bet it'll happen.
Drama.
Yeah, but I don't really care. That shit doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me at all.
Don't get wrapped up into it. Some people get.
Gabe says you're definitely watching his videos.
Oh, Gabe, I didn't even know you made videos, bro. My bad.
Yeah, Gabe's got a nice tank. Gabe,
I'm going over to Gabe right now.
Gabe's got a nice tank. And Gabe, I am ready, Gabe. We'll figure it out. Whatever you don't want, throw it in a box. I'll pay for it.
And fun fact, my kid's name is Gabe too, so that works out. Exactly. Let me head over to your channel, Gabe, and leave you an inappropriate comment.
Yes. Gabe's got
how you're gonna 3D print him a dildo.
I'm gonna 3D print him a dildo with his name.
It's called a frag rack. It's called an elongated frag rack.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be awesome. Because suction and had little frag plug holes on the
wow.
top. Or one of those ones that sit at the bottom of the tank and then you grow encrusting coral on it.
I was going to say, grow some zoas down at the base.
Straight. Yeah.
Are those zoa pubes? That's
Zoa
disgusting.
pubes.
Is that media shower head? Hell yeah, it is.
That's funny.
All right, Gabe, going over your stuff right now. Give me a second. I'm gonna be like, hey, Gabe, Travis. Let me know if you guys like these types of conversation. I feel it's pretty entertaining. I'd be interested.
I agree. I'm fine. This is my channel. Say what you want, man.
Come over to Gabe.
People are telling me like, "Yo, are you drinking beers on your stream? You're gonna get strikes. You're cursing. You're gonna get strikes." I don't care.
Hi, Gabe. It's me, Travis. Just wanted to say hi. This is on your most recent video.
He's gonna post that on his Instagram.
Yo, he's gonna be like, "Yo, Fisher." Yeah, he did.
He's gonna screenshot his screenshot
because I just, I've been really wanting to do it, and I just needed a platform so I can talk in the third person. Is that all right? No. Oh, that reminds me. I'm not gonna bring that up. No, can't do that. All right, Gabe. Let me know if you get that. It's for you.
It's for you, buddy.
Oh, so it's not inappropriate.
Oh, it's not. Okay, well, all right. Well, eat my anus. Happy face.
Happy face.
How's that?
LOL makes it all better.
Hello, green face.
It's a happy face.
Yeah, right. Gabe, show Travis your tank. Come in here.
Jump in.
I don't remember if I
show you my tank. They're all sleeping.
All right, Gabe.
My stuff's off too. Yeah, what time? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mine turns off at 11.
Yo, Spike is passed out right now. He's got one eye slightly open. He's like, "Yo, you talking about me?"
He's got to watch out in case you throw a cricket in there or something.
Oh, no crickets go in this tank. I just rebuilt the whole thing because I like every time he won't eat because they're not in front of his face dead apparently. But there was crickets everywhere. They were like having a little cricket.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you were talking about that in one of your videos.
Yeah, and every time I tried to record, there's crickets, and I had to go in there with like CO2, like the spray. When you do the spray on your keyboard, I was in there shooting them out of the freaking tank. I'm like, get the hell out!
Get out!
I don't know how you got into that. When did that happen?
Well, it's pretty simple. I went to Petco, saw a bearded dragon, and bought one. So
I'm doing it.
Hell yeah, I want one of those.
And I've been wanting one.
We're watching Reef take videos, and you're watching bearded dragon videos.
No, I read a book on one a few years back, and I never got around to getting one. And then I was like, you know something? I'm going to buy this little cute one, and I did, and here we go. He's huge, fat, and happy.
I like when you say cute.
Like it? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's nice.
Gives you a little tingle inside.
Yeah, it does for sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gabe's
my buddy Gabe. I just sent Gabe an email. He's got a nice little tank, and he's got a bunch of stuff he doesn't want that he's gonna. I was supposed to go down there when I was in Florida and check it out, take what I want, but I had so much stuff going on, family stuff like every day.
Were you down there for the holidays?
Yeah, I'm from Florida, and my parents still live. And
yeah, that's right.
Down there. My brother still lives down there. So that's what started. Yeah, actually, so it was funny. It was like I remember when I flew in and I got in the car and I was driving on my way home. It was like 67, and I pulled into a 7-Eleven, and like people were like walking in with like North Faces on and shit, dude.
Yeah,
at fucking 67.
I remember one year I went out to Phoenix for Christmas, man. It was like 70s to 80 degrees out there. I'm in shorts, t-shirt, everybody's in hoodies and stuff, bundled up, freezing. I'm like, you guys are crazy. It's beautiful out.
I wear shorts all year long. I only wear pants when I have to, like if I'm going to events and shit.
See, I wear shorts in the house, like basketball shorts and stuff like that, but
all year long, man. I don't feel nothing.
I know I hate pants.
All right, Gabe, there's the Yahoo one. I said to
you got any more questions coming in? I got a few more minutes left, buddy.
Here we go. This is for you. How long would it take to rehabilitate a killer fish? She's been in my son for 6 months after her killing spree.
What kind of fish?
Well, rehabilitating a killer fish is pretty simple. What we do is usually take them out and we just set them on the floor because you're not going to rehabilitate that fish.
Hit them with a hammer.
Once they once they a real answer is once they start killing, it's a pretty good chance that they're not going to stop. Now you didn't say what type of fish it was. Let us know, and maybe I'll give you.
You can't like confuse it with a different scape or new fish to the tank or anything.
No. Well, it depends on the fish. That's what I want to see.
Travis is just like, send that thing sewer surfing.
Send that shit home, man.
Yeah,
I got a stray cat outside. I would love it. No, I wouldn't do that. I have, unfortunately, I've had to put like my Oscars down, my big Oscars back in the day. I had to put it down because when I went away, military stuff came back, and the person that I was with didn't take care of the tank. You ended up getting a hole in the head. It was awful. So I had to put him down. That was rough. That was the last time I did that.
Always get a hole in the head.
Well, if the tank isn't clean, if the nitrates are too high, yeah, that's true. That's the problem. Let's see. I'm waiting for them to come through on what fish that is. There must be a delay, big delay. Or they didn't like the answer I gave and they just stopped listening.
What is this right here? Oh, there we go. Game in the house. I don't like how it does that. The sixth person, it pops up down there. I don't like that. I'll have to suggest that in the next StreamYard live stream. Like that.
Okay.
Gabe, what's up, buddy? You bearded mofo.
Yeah, you like that, right?
Look at that.
It's good.
Show Travis a reef tank.
Oh, don't forget, I can't do this right.
Don't give excuses. Just show it.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, that's right. He has to like hold the screen and can't see it. Is what he's getting.
Oh, it looks so silly.
What is that thing?
This is.
So he has to like. You only have a.
It won't let me use my rear camera. It only lets me use the one where I can look at my face. So I can't see it.
So he's like trying to hold it and hoping that he's like directing it properly.
It says Zoas. It's hard to tell. What size tank is this?
This is a 40 breeder.
Oh, okay. So this always froze on me. Shit.
What do you got in the background? Like some Call of Duty or something?
What?
Reflection.
Look at the reflection.
Yeah. No, it's like a TV something. Either way, go ahead, show him. He has a nice tank. Everything's doing really well. He nitpicks. Yeah. He nitpicks his tank for sure.
Is the back of the tank painted, the back glass, or is it just see-through?
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah, you got to paint that shit, man. You'll look so nice once you do it, for sure.
You're not wrong. It's just a little late. I'll probably get to it one day.
Is it against the wall? You have room to fit back there with a roller?
Oh, I can definitely. There's probably like 7 inches back there.
Oh yeah, just go get that Rust-Oleum oil-based paint, the flat black from Home Depot or whatever, and roll that shit on with a sponge.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Dollar sponge.
I have a big piece of wood that I was going to put back there.
That's what she said.
Put something to make it black. I've never got around to it.
I still never heard what fish this guy has who asked that question. I want to answer.
Yeah, he has an answer.
Let's see it. Look. Steve Founts.
All right, let's see if I can.
Nothing.
Why is it all freaking orange?
Yeah, Gabe though, whatever you want to get rid of.
Well, it's going to be way more than I probably should.
Done. Call that a deal. I'll pay for shipping. I was going to email you yesterday, and then I got busy at work, and I didn't have a chance.
Yeah. I have a guy coming over tomorrow from one of my LFSs. He's going to do a par map on my tank because I'm tired of just like guessing what I'm doing because I don't know. I want a little bit of certainty. I want to know whenever
insight on what you're doing.
For sure, especially with the LEDs.
Like, I mean, how many people do you know that have ACANs and acros right next to each other? And they're all doing fine, but I don't know.
What are you running for lights?
I have 2 AI primes and a Reef Bright Lumen light.
Yep.
So I have no idea where my par is at. It could be 7. It could be 800. I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah, I just picked up one of them Sinai's. A BRS had it on sale for the holidays. It works pretty decent for a par meter. I mean, just at least give me an idea.
Tyler G says, go to Walmart and get a black poster board. Cut it to fit the front of the tank, and then transfer it to the back. Tape it up there. Done.
It's definitely an idea. That's cheap too. I might do that. Hey, can you get me a poster board tomorrow?
That 40 gallon, you could use a $3 can of paint. So,
yeah, I agree. And $1
roller
kit at the dollar store. It comes with a roller, a tray, gloves,
I don't think this
and
guy's going
something
to
else.
answer that fifth question. I really wanted to answer it before he left.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to either.
K-Town says Gabe may prefer a pink poster board, though.
You can get one of the neon ones and it'll fluoresce under that light.
Yeah, like a nice pink one.
Yeah, bright pink.
Like a dark pink. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Might take away from the coral, though.
I wouldn't do pink. I think that'd be dumb.
Maybe green.
I don't like when people do blue backgrounds, to be honest with you. I think it looks like
black
too
or
Petco-ish.
Black only.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
the
I
blue
agree.
one I did on my 20-gallon. I wish I did black.
And if you have bare bottom,
I
make
know
sure you paint the bottom of the tank black as well. Really
Yeah, I
helps.
did that on my 135. I painted the bottom before I put it on the stand.
Acro Breeder, he's got a nice tank. I'll kick my 75-gallon tank out of here if Acro Breeder will come in and show his tank. Acro Breeder is actually, Travis, one of my favorite fish tanks. He's got a 40 breeder. I think he's got a 75 Peninsula. He's also got like some what is it? A seahorse tank. But his 40 is sick. I'll kick myself out of here.
No. I can head out and then just go. I'm heading out anyways, and I'll stay in the regular part and see you guys talk or whatever. But I'm heading out.
I'd like you to see his tank though, if you want to stay for another.
No, that's fine.
minutes.
I'm going to stay in. I'm going to stay in on the other screen, and I can still see the live stream where I'm looking at the comments and stuff. But I'm gonna pop out of this. So I appreciate you having me.
No, I appreciate you coming, man. It was a pleasure. We were up to 37 at one point. I think it's the most I ever had.
That's awesome.
I chalked that up to having you in here. So, man, I appreciate you coming. I'll be on here next week, same time, 8-ish. Could be 7:55. Could be 8:20. We'll see.
And this email that's scrolling, that's when I send the invoice to, right? Just want to make sure.
Yeah. Access denied.
You get an invoice for like $200. Like, motherfucker. But no. All right, man. Hey, well, I appreciate you being here. I'll try to come next week, and
we'll
I'll
be here.
get out so that guy can come in. All right. Later.
All right, Trav. It was a pleasure, man. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Acro, got to put on pants. No, you don't. I don't have on pants on right now. I do, but if I didn't, you would have no idea, right? Yeah, Travis was like one of the few who like was like supportive of me because I was just like, this is what I was 26. I mean, I'm not too young, but young, 27, something like that. And I started out freshwater and I went to saltwater, and he was like super helpful. It was before he charged for everything. Now he doesn't talk to me because he doesn't make money when he talks to me.
Right, like you said, he's going to send you a bill. He'll have his people contact your people.
Here's my credit card. Get declined. Oh, what? Declined? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Get a bill. What are you talking about? $500 a minute? Are you crazy?
But yeah, Travis was certainly supportive. He came up. I had a little 30-gallon, and I was like, I was 75 bill going. And I ordered a lot of my equipment through him, and he actually drove from Pennsylvania to my house in Massachusetts and helped me set it up. Good dude. Travis is a good dude. I like Travis. Wish we talked more.
Yeah, definitely like his videos. I learned a lot from him, for
Me too.
sure.
Yeah, cool, certainly a pants optional stream. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I see this guy Marcus's Reef has a question about the par meter, about the water being still as possible. And everything I've read,
I've never used a par meter, to be honest with you.
Everything I've heard is just leave it running like you normally would.
And that's a higher end. That's a higher end.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. It's just like your standard.
I would assume, but I feel like if you got my opinion on this, and again, I've never used a par meter, but I feel like if you're gonna go with the most still water you can, I feel like that's gonna disrupt your par reading because that's not really what your cores are getting. You know, they're getting that shimmer, they're getting that break in the water.
That's what I'm thinking. You know, keep it running, keep the flow running the way it's gonna be, because you just kind of want to get a baseline reading anyway to know that, hey, right around this general area is 200 par. You know, and of course it's going to fluctuate, but.
You know what I was thinking about too is adding like 2 more. I mean, let me throw this up there. Adding 2 more AI primes. Doing like
Well,
6.
you got 4 right now?
Yeah, they'll be like 4 inches away from each other or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a blank. Either that or what actually, I've been thinking about that more recently, but what I really want to do is I'm thinking about adding a Mo left. Thinking about adding, I guess I would have to add a couple things. A canopy of some sort.
Yeah.
And throwing in a two different bulb T5s.
I would go with the T5s before adding any more LEDs, and then get a par meter and see where you're at that point.
I mean, since Mike's trying real hard to get a hold of Travis's 3D printing items. Yeah, man.
Especially
I want an elongated frag rack.
Yeah, I thought about getting into 3D printing, but it's.
I looked at them. Actually, it's funny we talked about it because I looked at it yesterday.
Yeah.
And like the number one purchase one on Amazon was like $280 or something like.
Yeah.
So first off, you're gonna have to spend $300 for a cheap one, and then you're gonna have to figure out how the fuck to use it because I don't have a clue.
And you gotta get software too, to design your stuff.
Yeah, you have to have a computer to run it. Like,
right.
I don't know.
And then not only that, but everybody says you can buy those cheap ones that they work great, but you got to upgrade certain things like the bed and the nozzles and stuff. It just seems too much work. I'd rather find someone who already has one and be like, "Hey man, can you whip me up something?"
Yeah, this is what I need.
I need a NIM guard for my power head.
Yeah,
it's just.
I thought of something earlier that I want to do. Oh, I have on my QT tank. I have a really old Apex. Like, it's only like the module. I think at the time it was only one like module. There goes Gabe. I think it was only like one module where you plug like 8 different things in the bottom of this like thing that's like this big.
Yeah.
Turn down your YouTube, bro.
It's like when you call on the radio, turn it down.
Right? He's like, do I hear myself? Forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah. So I have one temperature probe in my 10-gallon quarantine tank. Actually, I have two tanks. I have a 10-gallon quarantine tank, and I just took down my 20 long. So I think the 20 long is, I'm not, and maybe this is stupid, but I think my stock list for this tank is going to be 2 clowns. I just found a guy who breeds a bunch of different clowns. He was to sell me 2 mist bars for $25. Done. I'll be there. Yeah. So I'm gonna go get those, and then I like chalk basslets just because they're cool little like hovering little cool little fish. I think their colors are cool. And then I think I'm gonna do like 2 wrasses and then probably to start 2 tangs. But I've always wanted a convict tang. I think those are really cool.
Yeah, those are really cool. They're kind of hard to find too.
I just think they're cool. I don't know, a white little zebra looking tang floating around your tank. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I got my first wrasse in the 135, a little fairy wrasse. He's awesome. Just the way he swims around in the current, stuff like that. It's cool.
I'm more like nowadays more to the utilitarian fish. That's why I want like a couple wrasses.
Yeah.
Is somebody like going crazy?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Sounds like someone's
going ham on a keyboard.
Either that or eating a ham sandwich. What's going on over here?
So I want wrasses. I want tangs to keep the algae at bay. And I want more utilitarian fish than ornamental. But I think like I said, like the 2 clowns is just. I feel like I'll never have a reef tank without a couple clownfish.
Yeah, you gotta have clowns.
Especially for my daughter. Sees Nemo. She thinks it's the coolest shit ever. And the chalk bass, I just think it's like one of the coolest fish there is. They just like hover and like dart out and grab food, and their colors are cool. But other than that, like I think I want wrasses to keep like pests and stuff at bay. Not that I really have them, but I do actually have. Who the fuck is like typing like?
I have no idea.
Somebody.
You hear that, right?
Yeah, I hear it. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like that.
Hold on, I muted Calypso. I muted Calypso. Let's see if I unmute him.
Yeah, must be. Maybe.
Yeah, it's Calypso.
I hear that.
What are you doing? You know what I think I want to try this time in my reef tank, and maybe I'm stupid for this, but I want to try a yellow tang, a powder blue, and a convict.
Man, I really wanted to get a yellow.
Or
they're so
a
expensive.
yellow tang, a convict, and a the hell's the little one with the white tail, orange and brown.
Tipamingi?
Tang, yeah.
Tamini, yeah. But I like powder blues. I've had one in the past or two in the past. I didn't make it. Stop
I almost
typing.
bought one, but I ended up getting a Naso. And I think my Naso's actually got skin.
Yeah, but you have a bigger tank.
Yeah.
You have a bigger tank that you can do that.
I'm actually watching.
Acro Breeder emailed me. Acro Breeder, I don't have an email. mlem6827gmail.com.
Gmail.
Which Acro? I don't know how to get a hold of it. I don't know how to your email.
What is that?
I can email it to you, but he's just like, look, mayo, pickles,
And he's
ketchup.
gonna make a sandwich. Or it's fish feeding time.
Yeah. I feed a lot.
Taking big shots.
Yeah, I've been feeding pretty heavy trying to fatten that Naso up, but
I don't know why it sounds like it literally sounds like you're typing up a resume.
typing up something or
Yeah.
you know what
Like
it sounds
you're into
like?
it.
I think it's my phone. I don't know. I got ever since I put on the tripod.
You're typing a blog right now.
The sound reminds me of the movie Signs. Remember when they heard the little
Got
signal
you,
of the
Acro.
baby monitor? It's like the aliens are coming.
All right, guys, you ready to see one of my favorite links or my favorite tanks on YouTube?
Let's do it up.
All right, I'm going to send you the link. There it goes. Acro. Sent. Click it, type in your name, join. I'll click you. You're in it.
I think he had a problem where the AC was leaking into his tank recently, and it still looked amazing to me.
Acro Breeder?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
This tank always looks good.
I don't remember which tank it was.
Hey,
One of them.
get close on those.
It was
Okay.
the 40 I think
Get
it's a
close on
40
those Zoas for me.
Which ones?
All of
I
them.
don't got nothing
I just want to see what I can come get a
That
frag
you can
of
come pick
soon.
up.
Yeah.
Anything you want, brother. You know how it is.
All of them. Let me have one of each.
Look at this, the BS.
Yo, who's making you those frag racks? You got a bunch of them. Are you buying them?
I did them myself.
Yeah, it looks just like egg crate.
Yeah.
What'd you use
this one-
underneath it for the stands there?
No, the yellow.
Oh, the yellow. Okay.
Yeah, the lime green, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because you got a bunch of it, dude. Did you just buy a bunch of it?
Nah, because in my job, the mechanic, he bought some big sheets of acrylic. So he
How you
got some
cutting it?
leftovers. So I started making front racks out of that.
How you cutting it so straight?
I got a bunch in the sump in there. So remember that 7.5 gallon
Yeah, the original
little
Twin
one?
Cities.
So that's the sump for this tank now.
That's why you were like, yo, this is 214s. I was like, I could have sworn they were 7s.
Yeah,
the Twin Cities used to be 2 7s, didn't it?
No. I started with the 7, and then I bought 114, and then I bought the other one. But it was a mission, man. Bringing those little tanks.
I got Acro over here. I'm sorry, Acro. I don't like this. You got to scroll down to the bottom left corner to like find that you're in here. I don't like that. I'm gonna have to say something to him. There's got to be like some notification or something that pops up, other than this tiny little thing in the corner.
Man, what is that noise?
So the other thing I noticed, I can't flip my camera on my phone for some reason.
Oh, I got the same problem. Is it kicking you out?
So
Yeah.
weird.
Do you have a Samsung?
Yeah.
Oh, you scrubs.
That could be the problem.
So I don't know. So you just gotta like point and shoot and hope to.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna.
You know?
I'm gonna pull it up on my TV so I can see what I'm pointing at in the other room.
There's a little bit of a lag. What do you mean shitty phone? Don't give me shit. Just, I mean, I'm literally the only person in my whole family that doesn't have an Apple. I think
like
they're
Apple,
just like
just
good
easy.
for eating. They don't make good phones.
I paid $1,200 for this phone. It must be good.
Mine was more than that.
That's how you know
I
it's
have
good.
an Apple. All right, Acro. Let's see the 40.
Well, hold on. I'm pulling up my TV so I can see it.
Okay.
I'm gonna look in the other.
Yeah. It's gonna be like there's gonna be a delay, but you can figure it out.
Yeah, I'll just. Yeah.
Oh, you're there. You're there. This is a 40 breeder, guys.
That's nice.
And yeah,
and this is the one that got the AC leak.
Yeah, I still need to get to this patchwork here. So I had the light temporarily chalked up on some blocks. It's usually hanging from the drywall.
Uh-oh. Oh, he must have switched cameras.
It went blank.
Yeah, he left the stream. Must have switched cameras.
I'm used to that. I think I came and left like 5 times on the first time I came in on the stream. I'm like, what's wrong with this thing? Every time I tried to flip, kicked out.
There he is right there. See, this is stupid. It should be like, let me know better than this little strip at the bottom. All right, you're back in it, man. You must have switched cameras or something.
I think I hit the screen with my finger.
Yeah. I don't know why it happens. It seems like everybody's fine that's on a computer or an Apple, but you Samsung mobile users.
I'm sure it's intentional.
Yep.
The crazy thing about your tank is you don't do a whole lot. As far as like under the tank anyway.
Like Travis said, keep it simple, man.
Like half your sump is a frag tank.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Yep.
So I got a filter sock, protein skimmer, return pump. I got 2 dosing pumps. I use one to do a water change, and then I use the other ones for calcium, alkalinity, and I use a head to top off. So I dose the auto top off. So sometimes I got to correct it.
How do you figure that out? Yeah, you just figure
it depends on the humidity and the house.
Does it change the season? Does it change season to season?
Yeah, in the summer, because the air conditioner runs more, it evaporates a little quicker.
And your other tank's the same way too. Frag tank underneath. Yeah, that's a cool tank. I like it a lot.
See Mike right there. All the reason to do the T5 blend.
That's what I want, man. I think I'm just gonna throw 2, and that's something I'll have to look up. What are you running for bulbs in that thing?
That's the
Blue Plus, probably.
Right now, I think I have a Coral Plus, 2 Blue Plus, and an Actinic, I believe.
Yeah, it's a good mix.
I think I used to run a Coral Plus, a Coral Plus, 2 Blue Plus, and a Purple Plus when I had a 4 bulb. But if I'm only adding 2, I want to do either, I don't know, probably 2 Blue Plus, I guess. Yeah, I like it. It's by far the best 40 breeder I've ever seen.
I'm trying to grow a red planet here on the bottom glass.
The whole thing. I know. I saw your video.
Yeah, it's starting to.
That'd be cool.
Encrust out.
You're not proud of your 75 either.
It's actually making a good comeback this month.
Good.
Yeah.
The frag tank's on, but the main display's on.
Yeah, I have them on opposite schedules for temperature reasons, you know. So all the lights aren't kicking all at once. Some of the colors starting to come back.
When I look at this thing, I feel like it's a smaller tank than the 40.
It does look
smaller. Is it a tall tank? What's going on?
It's taller. It's taller, yeah.
Was that 30 inches?
I'm not sure. I think less than that.
You also have the seahorse tank, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you say you live? South Florida. What's South Florida to you?
I live in Hobe Sound.
You're like way down there then.
Yeah.
So I'm born in Clearwater, raised just north of. If you're familiar.
Yeah, I am. Clearwater Beach.
Yeah. My mom went to Clearwater High School. My dad, Dunedin High School, which is the town just north.
See if I can figure out how to turn on the
Diffuse light? What are you doing?
Nah, for the seahorse. I can't
light.
figure out the timer for the seahorse tank. It's like locked or something. But they're in there sleeping.
Guys, if anybody's watching, hasn't found this guy's channel before, he started with acros, and now he's like venturing off into zoas.
That's usually the opposite way.
Yeah, right. It's funny.
Hey, you get the hard stuff out of the way, right?
Yeah, just figure it out, and everything will fall in place after that.
Yep.
I've had Calypso on mute for a while. Calypso, you been talking or no?
Nah, you good? You good?
It just sounds like it's gone now, but it sounds like you were typing
that was weird.
A book report the whole time.
But I'm finally thinning out my sump.
That's why I asked you where you lived, and you had comment on your video because you were trying to get rid of some stuff.
Yeah, I've had some people make some trades and some purchases.
It's cool though.
Well, it's too bad you're far away from me because I'm about to send him a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he is.
I got the box. I just need the pee cups.
How tall is that?
I'll Amazon them to you.
Yeah. Do you still have my address?
Probably somewhere. I mean, everything on the internet's still on the internet, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I got it somewhere. But yeah, I'll I actually had them in my cart the other day, and I deleted them. I'll send you whatever it is. It's like a 20-pack for like $7 or something.
The only thing that's going to be hard to put in there is that Zoa rock, because that's kind of big. That might end up being a Tupperware that gets taped up.
Okay, it's fine. I am cool with that, man.
Tell you what, the shipping is crazy expensive.
I know. That's why I work for a dealership who has like a FedEx account. I'm gonna see if I can talk to the owner and tell him that I don't want to pay $100 for shipping.
Man, you should have
get a shipping thing.
Yeah, you should have talked to Travis to see if he had any way of doing it, or
you know what I'm thinking, Gabe, is just talking to one of the receptionists, like, hey, why don't you print this shipping label up for me and let me get it.
Give her a nice big file.
I'll throw you an envelope with a shipping label in it. And you just put it in there, or slap it on the front of that box, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah, have it shipped to your job, and then just take it home when you're done.
I don't need to do that. We have a program. I could type it up, where it's from, where it's going. I think that's probably more the plan. She's clownfish. Oh, Stephen Fouts is finally getting back.
It's 3-year-old
about the clownfish. Yeah.
So I'm thinking about that.
I don't know, man. Travis wasn't really sure. I obviously didn't know what fish it was, but I always heard different scapes will shake them up a little bit. Adding a new fish at night will shake them up a little bit.
Yeah. The clownfishes, as they get older, they get really territorial. My black and white is, I've had that fish for almost 8 years now. And she's a complete bitch.
Yeah, seriously.
I put my hand in a tank and she's the first one to attack me. So, it being that they're damselfish, what I would do is either rehome it or flush it. Do that or put another
CJ's aquarium's in here. What's up, CJ? How you been, buddy? You want to come hang out for a little bit? It's getting kind of late. I don't know how long we'll be on.
Yeah, I'm about to call it a night soon.
About 11 o'clock.
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
All right, we'll call it 11 o'clock. Let me, you guys talk for a minute. You were right. Seal's broken. I feel like I'm running back and forth. Don't flush your clowns.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to flush any fish, but either that or get a bigger fish. That's what I would do. Get something that's going to be...
bigger tank.
Yeah.
Give yourself a reason to get a bigger tank.
Right. Put a big tang in there. It'll take care of that clownfish.
I got to pee real quick. I'll be right back.
So you guys have been on here for over 2 hours?
Yeah, just about. Maybe an hour and a half.
I don't even know when I came in.
Yeah, me either. There's nothing else going on really, so.
I was just about to crawl in bed and I saw it on the YouTube feed.
Yeah, he's like, gotta get in here, show your tanks. I'd show mine, but like I said, they have turn off like about 8:30 anyway.
Well, mine were all off. I had to kick them on, you know.
Give your fish a heart attack.
They'll be all right.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I just turn on the Reef Bright and it works for me.
I mean, like my 60 gallons got a little bit of nighttime lights going on from the LEDs, but and Mike went to go pee and he's going to come back and cut it off.
Yeah, probably.
So what kind of LEDs are you running with the hybrid above that 40 breeder?
Are you talking to me or the activator? Oh, I just got 2 primes and the Reef Bright. That's it. Tomorrow I'll find out how much light I actually make, and
hey, he's gonna map out the whole tank for you, take a picture of it and everything, and do all that jazz, or
All right, I'm here.
welcome back.
Yeah, you're right. Break the seal.
Don't break the seal. You got to hold it until you're about to burst.
I know. That's what that was. CJ, want to come hang out for a little bit? I'll hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, but the first
Show us what's going on with your tank, CJ. I know everybody does a lot of posting on Instagram. I don't check Instagram very often.
It's hit or miss for me.
I enjoy YouTube. I mean, obviously it's more like instant, but I don't know. I like make videos. I like posting videos. I like watching videos.
Well, I think there's a little more creativity.
It's like Facebook scrolling through pictures and stuff.
Right.
I don't know.
At least during the videos,
upstairs, I grab a Truly.
Oh,
whatever.
Very girly of you.
I grabbed a 6-pack before the stream, and
it's gone.
Those are gone. Yeah, for sure.
Mike, what are you drinking?
Foo-foo.
Looks like a White Claw.
I told you. No, it's a Truly.
That's basically
Truly.
a White Claw.
Yeah, whatever.
Basically the same thing.
But like I said, I've been drinking IPAs, and I grabbed a 6-pack, thinking that was enough. And lately, it's actually been up till my vacation. Like all I really been doing is drinking on Fridays. Come hang out with you guys. Have a basically 6-pack of Friday is what it seems like it's been.
Hey, it's all good in moderation, right?
Yeah, Fridays is my moderation.
Except for that beverage you're drinking in particular.
It's either this or a water. What do you want me to do?
I'm just
You're probably better off drinking the water.
I mean, I got my daughter's Capri Suns in the fridge.
Yeah, I
feel better me drinking them.
Those are
yeah, right. They're pretty good. Actually, K-Town, I basically watch all of your videos. I didn't watch the full fish room tour. I started watching it, and then I got caught up on something. But I do watch your videos, K-Town. I watch a lot of videos I don't comment on, but I'm lurking.
Pulling a Travis lurking in the background.
K-Town makes videos?
Yeah, he does. He's got like 65,000 gallons worth of water in his living room.
Jesus.
It is drama.
I've never watched any of his videos.
It's that time of month.
His videos.
That time of month, drama.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to watch my calorie intake.
You know, I did that when I was like doing the keto thing. When I was desperate for a beer, I'd drink the Mick Ultra.
I have friends that drink that. It's like
you feel kind of.
If I'm drinking my beers, and like I drink one of those, it's like the worst, dude.
Yeah.
But
you got to start off with it.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not.
It's like drinking Bud Light. You can't. If you're gonna do Bud Light, you just got to do it. I hate Bud Light, but you know, like when you go to a concert or something, that's all they got.
My motto is the bitter, the better.
I'm there with you on that, man.
Yeah.
Nice and hoppy, Dutch hops.
Yeah, that's what I like. All right, what time we got? 11 o'clock on the dot. All right, so should we call it here? I got to work at 8:30.
Yeah,
I got to call it either way because I have something I'm working on.
Ooh.
But it was fun coming up here.
Is this something about boxing up core or something?
No. Maybe.
All right. All right, we're gonna end it here. It was fun. Everybody in the panel, stay for a second. I'm gonna end it, but stay in here for a second. I can talk to you guys for a minute. All right, everybody in the chats, it was fun. I appreciate you guys coming. Like I said, I'm gonna do this every Friday at 8-ish. I planned on doing it at 8 o'clock, but it was like 8:10 or something. I couldn't figure out my headset. Come to find out, it was connected to my phone the whole time.
Nice.
Yeah, so we do have technical difficulties, but we're this is only episode 3, so we will figure it out in the future. Absolutely. Travis seems like he wants to hang out, and it's fun with Travis on there because he's down to answer every question.
Right.
I love it. All right, everybody in the comments, I appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you next Friday.
Sounds like a plan.
Peace out. Later, guys.
Later.
You guys still in here?
I stayed.
Yeah, Breeder left.